But here, um, oh, I don't even have it ready. But apparently, the Banco Santander in Spain is going to launch an Bitcoin ETF as well. The other cool thing that's happening right now is Bitcoin market cap is gunning. It's less than 10% away from silver's market cap, so that could happen real fast as well, which is awesome. And that would make Bitcoin the fifth largest asset on Earth. It overtook Tesla not too long ago, a few hours ago, and now it's gunning for silver as well. So that is kind of the world we live in right now. Let's look at what the biggest movers are today upwards. So another way to look at the Bitcoin action is up $4,300 today. That's a big move. Just think about people that own 100 Bitcoin. They make $500,000, in a very short amount of time. So crazy time to be alive. Let me see. Ethereum, has that stopped? They spike up 1,000 points and then they breathe and then they probably go up again. So we'll see. But I want to see what you guys have on your minds as well. Let me see. End of year target for Algorand. Algorand is one of those that I still own, but let me pull up I can't even pull it up here. It's not on this computer because I've got my Google security locked down. This is exclusively for streaming. I don't have the end of year Algorand target in my head right now, I'm afraid. So I don't want to give you the wrong information, but I'll have it next time. Thoughts on Solana conference? I haven't even been haven't tracked that yet. It should pump typically, but sometimes it's buy the rumor, sell the news, as we saw with the Cardano conference. Matic should be moving. I'd be very surprised if it's not. Let's have a quick look at Matic. It is. Some things are just languishing. If we sort everything by the non-performers today, Hex, Cardano, Kusama, I have a little Kusama, Engine tanked, but it's been on fire it's tripled in the last month. So that's to be expected. The meme coins are falling. Happy is falling. Solana is falling. Well, half of 1%. And then we start going into the break-even territory. Litecoin's on fire. That's an unusual one. VeChain is doing very well today. For those VeChain bag holders, to exit that at 33 cents, if anybody's interested. And let me see, Chainlink. Let's have a look at the link. That should be doing pretty good too. Yeah, that's up nicely too. Again, Chainlink should easily double to 70 bucks from here. Not financial advice, but it's so undervalued. Let me see what else is going on. Mr. B70, do you believe in Plan B's prediction for 95k will happen this month? At this rate, the problem with Bitcoin is there's so little supply. Big money's coming in. We just saw the Banco Santander announcement in Spain. That could be extremely big for the whole space. That could bring a lot of Spanish money, European money, additional money. There's just so little supply. So in terms of his 95k happening, it's a big stretch. But let's zoom out and have a look.
Yo, my like
try to identify, because I did map up some extension lines, and here we are again taking another move. Let's go and zoom out a little bit. So if you look at this, I'm going to show you my chart. I always draw lots of little notes on my charts. So we were just talking about the Beto ETF future. Now, this is the month of November. Huh. Well, you can see one of my legs here for the extension did go to about 105, and that was from here. But we've got some catching up to do. So for this to happen, Bitcoin would need to go vertical.
It sounded like it was
going
going
up that way.
Up like
it's all feasible. Then the idea is we get somewhere to that $95,000 level, and from there we go up again. We go up higher to what's next on the list. Let me compress this a little bit so we can see. This is the fun time. This is the Christmas Day Plan B chart. Now it looks really compressed. It's hard to kind of see, so let me zoom out so you get a better feel for how vertical this is and how we've come. So when I first drew these extension lines, and if anybody wants to see how you draw them, they are over here. These guys, patterns. So this is my Elliott impulse wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how I draw this, if anybody wants to know. And I did this, when did I start it? Back in September. And this Elliott wave, and it's actually, I tweeted it as well, so there's a full reference of this too. So I'm not making this stuff up. We are now, I'm going to move this Beto option, because I did buy a Beto option to test the contango effect and the depreciation of it. It's down about 1%, which is on par for expectation. Now, per this chart, back to the question of where we can go with Bitcoin, and I'm just riffing here, everybody, so none of this is scripted, none of this is prepared. We have already nicely bounced off our support level, just slightly beneath it for a long time. Remember at the weekend I said we're up and down 1.5%, which means any dip was bought up, any whale manipulation was bought up. It was probably bought up by high net worth families, and now we have broken out from the previous all-time high, which was here, and that was 66,777, I think.
Why'd you run over here?
And we just shot right through that. So it's hard to see that little line down here, but that's where we are. And we could potentially go up. The question is, can we hit that 95K, which is this green level in November? Possible, considering the move. That would be equivalent to, let's see how big this move was. Remember, things go exponential real quick. This was $26,000 move. 64%. No, that's wrong. What is that? Yeah, no, that's right. It's hard to believe we went up $26,000 in 20 days. So the question is, could we do another $26,000 in 26 days? Let's map that out. So, put the blue right here, we are here, $26,000. It would take us to, so that would take us to 93,000, not 95,000.
No way.
So we did it a few weeks ago. Could we do it again? Absolutely. And Plan B has been so bang on so far. It's quite uncanny. And then we'll take a breather after that, and then it's straight to north of 100K. Everybody's calling for that 100K amount. So that's the chart. Let me see. Levy X, thank you so much for your sticker and your donation. We have so much goodness to do. And Trish Hill, you are so kind of GT350. All the usual suspects. This is just such a good time. And a big thank you to everybody as well for supporting me. Sometimes I gotta give bad news out there on the internet. I will always be honest with you. I have no agenda. Can't be bought. Nobody fills my bags. Nobody tells me to do anything. People offer me crypto. People offer me to pump stuff. I always say no, because you only have one reputation. So if I see something and I don't like it, and I believe you guys could lose money, I'll say it. If I see something that I believe in, I'll put my money where my mouth is, and I'll tell you about all my trades. My blueberries are the size of golf balls. Well, they could be fake ones. Be careful. You don't want fake blueberries. Richard Brett, thank you so much as well. We're going to do a midweek animal sponsorship. We can get a chance because of DCA at the weekend. Chainlink, please, James. Chainlink should pop. I think I covered that already. Talked about it a little bit. That's going to $70. And what else are you guys? The Australians are really, really, really generous. Because the Australian crew are always there.
Dude, you're
Let
so
me know
fucking
if you have any
fast.
suggestions for Australian
Jesus
charities
Christ.
in need, animals or otherwise, and we will look at them carefully. Please choose a charity where the money goes directly to the people in need or the animals in need, not people that line their pockets, because we don't like that. Thoughts on synthetics are killing there. I thought you were in meetings this afternoon. Invite from Steve Weisenberger. Yes, we like that, but it's been weak. A lot of stocks have been weak. Let's just switch gears. So let's look at refresh my mind because I was very fascinated by Tesla action today. So here's Invite. Ooh, hang on. I need to auto sync. Oh, it's definitely in the kill zone right here at 23. Yeah, that's a buy, and I need to find out the news as to why it fell so bad. But I do believe Invitae is a $40 stock and it's going to have a very good year next year, so hold tight. And we look at Tesla. Actually, I'm on with Meet Dave tomorrow to talk about Tesla. That's going to be a very interesting conversation. I'm going to go into my option strategies, how I hedge, what I've done with Tesla since the beginning, all my trades up, down, and everything else. So that'll be fun. And Tesla today did some interesting things. I think the amount of hit wasn't anywhere near as much as I thought it was going to get hit. It was $59, and it's also down a little bit more in after hours. Just if anybody's interested on Tesla, I see this gradually heading right back down. Might as well go a little wide. Here's where I see Tesla going over the next couple of weeks. For those of you who are considering going long, I do believe it'll go back down under 1,000 over the next month or so. There's just too much uncertainty with it. So let me see. Take another couple of quick questions. Avalanche. I know Avalanche is doing very well, but Avalanche is not one I like. The tokenomics over it, it's completely on fire. So, yeah, you can't win them all. You can't catch them all. You can't hold on to them all as well. So we'll see. Solid recap. Let's go check Solid up because I haven't looked in on that all day. $12. That took a tank. Really interesting tank. Again, the activity over the week has been mixed. The IDO is at $6. Shot up to, what was it, 12 or something? Oh, 16. Down. It's just a volatile beast. Very thin volumes. Any type of action will move it. So I like it because of the adoption that is happening. So if we go to DeFi Llama, let me see. I'm afraid we're going to pull up here my favorites.
Dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now.
Let me see. Roblox. Kids love that. Matic for retirement. I don't know, it's too risky a one to do a retire on. That's a very good question, but I only do kind of retire on series for things that I know are really sure things. Because if people bet the farm on the retirement, wow, we are just beginning to move up again. Yeah, new all-time high again for Ethereum. Ethereum is now moving faster, believe it or not, than Bitcoin, which is stunning. There it goes. Screaming up the charts. You know, there was a time when I was a little bit frustrated with Ethereum, but I never sold one, never sold a piece. So it's just the reason Ethereum will do so well is because it's so scarce and it's so heavily utilized. Uniswap is another one. Let's check on Uniswap. Out there, there's a request. Crypto watch list.
Oh my, dude, this fucking kid.
All of the cryptos that I watch here.
Are you talking about?
This Destroyer RR, bro.
Yeah,
Uniswap
bro.
and
I
Aave
know.
have been kind of
He just
in
be
that tight
hiding and
range,
shit,
not
bro.
doing an awful lot,
Oh,
unfortunately.
die.
But there'll come a time where hopefully they will bounce. But I think Uniswap is just being eaten alive by so many
There's
other
no way,
competitors out
cuz.
there that it's hard for it to do well. I'm still holding. I'm waiting
I hit him
for
right in his head. Blind fire.
my exit.
Right
Same
in
with
this dude's
Aave.
head.
Let's check out Aave up here. Aave
Watch
is a
out, we're
little
getting hard
action
in from,
today. That
across
spike
the way.
the other day. This is why you can have limit orders, by the way.
I hit him right in his
everybody.
head.
Not only to buy, but also to sell.
Right in his head.
So
Twice.
I was in, I think it was Rally. Let me pull
I'm
up Rally
recording
for
that.
a second. I bought at 54 cents and had a limit order to get out quickly because it is a little bit inflationary. I don't like inflationary tokens. But like I thought it would hit 75 cents within 1 or 2 or 3 months. The same day I bought at 54, it actually shot right up to 75 cents. That was back here. I think it was a Saturday a week ago. So you can actually place your limit orders to buy and also to sell. So what I have always done with equities is know your exit before you enter. Make your plan and stick with it. That is probably the biggest money-making key you can get here as well. Quant, That's from John. And Raheem K, thank you so much. You're very kind. Same with Jay Lee. Quant, I don't like as well. It didn't do well in our Coinpendium, unfortunately. So I didn't buy. And again, and Sean Larkin, very kind of you, sir, as well. Loopring is one I'm going to investigate. Everybody now wants me to look at Loopring and Radix. They're the two big ones. If they resonate with you guys, let me know. It takes a long time to dig into these things. And I think if I discover they're not worthy, I might just not buy them. That would be kind of funny, because this, you know, I don't want to offend anybody or their bags. But let me see. Oh, looks like yeah, Ethereum is still going from strength to strength. Amazing day for Ethereum. Let's find out what else is moving on a good percentage basis. Any names we know. Chainlink 6%. Harmony 1. Don't like the tokenomics. Doge is even up. Theta's up. $7.80. Ethereum, it's so funny because it's such a big one. Even for that to move 4% is a very, very big move. So you got to look at percentage returns as well as dollar returns. So sometimes I sort my stuff here by the dollar change too. So Kusama fell $30, and Bitcoin's up $4,300. Oh, so let's look at the Ethereum shorts here. That's an interesting one. So the Ethereum shorts are beginning to go a little bit short, which is unusual. Let me see. Thoughts on Mana. Yeah, the problem I have with Mana is, from me, this is from Christian Cooks, it's already run and I don't chase, I replace. So now I'm beginning to look at the Solana gaming ecosystem as well as we go. Luna is kind of more of a stable coin play, so it's not really one that I look at. I tend to focus on the smart contract platforms, and now I'm dabbling in the metaverse as well as all things DeFi. Undiscovered small DeFi places. Christopher McCarthy, you're very kind. Vegas 2 Shooters, very kind as well. Roger Roberts, Patreon's all sold out. How'd that change? Just all I can say is keep checking in. People do drop off.
Can you see?
Very regularly.
Yeah, I can see.
But you gotta save it as a favor in your browser and check once or twice a day or an obscure hour. And sometimes people snag places. We had a very, very low attrition at the first of the month. I think 2 people or 3 people dropped off, which is the lowest that's ever happened. So, but some months it'll be different. Defin Logi, you said you were interested before in Ari. Yes, this is the one that we are going to dig into next, as well as Radix. So let me know as well. Who's Ori? It's hard to say the name, but this is the play, and it's just IDO'd. It looks like it's doing well. But it has, obviously, right out of the gate, you can tell it has some tokenomics issues, as many things do, but it depends how the actual tokens are utilized as we go forward. So let's see. Let's check back in on Bitcoin. Is it going to run to 68,000 while we're on the stream? I don't know. It's a crazy day. That's why I'm here with you guys. Nervous Network. That's one of the things that people have been looking for. Again, there's a lot out there. I haven't dug into that as well either. And this whole, to be honest, the whole metaverse space is, if you think crypto's like the Wild West, metaverse is like 100 times worse. So, but really, really fascinating, but really complex too. Very difficult to value and appraise because it's so infantile and the growth is so high. Samson, you are amazing too. Thank you for that. Thank you for your contribution again. Everything goes to charity. Really appreciate that. Thank you to Don too. Oh yeah, the people want the pump. That's what people asked for. They said, let's get the pump. So here we are. Let me zoom into this a little bit. Get onto the 3-minute chart for Bitcoin. You can see the way it's been professionally bought. And this is now pump time. So I'm gonna go full screen so you guys can see. You guys like the pump. So people make gifts out of these things. But with all the good juju you guys bring, everything works really well. So I want to appreciate the whole community. And now I tipped the pump out and Bitcoin fell like 30 bucks. That's not fair. Anyway, yeah, people love the pump. Just one more watch. Oh, you are amazing. Guys, please, you're overly generous, but we really, really appreciate it. And we love giving back and making the world a better place. So I just want to share and celebrate with you all that Gem 2022. Please, no more. I'm getting very shy now. It's too much. Oh, here it goes. So Bitcoin's beginning to turn around. A little bit of a green candle you see there. And it was a very, very funny thing earlier, actually. There's a picture of these green candles going through somebody's roof. Let's see if I can find it. Candles through roof. Let me see if I can see it. There it is. I love this. Can you guys see that? This is kind of what we're living today. Freaking hilarious. So, actual footage in the house. Who has a house with these type of green candles popping through? I hope you all do. So, and somebody's mother in New Zealand, Brenda Mulcahy, thank you so much. And please, no more stickers. It's too much, and I'm too grateful. Be kind to your friends and family out there. Right? And I will check out SNX from Ashes 1900. Synthetics, I did look at it before. I didn't like it. I would check back in again, and we'll see where we can go. And Jasmine, I loved it. Terrible project. No good, Jack O'Gorman. Sorry about that. Somebody did ask me for that. And Chili's and Engine. I have both. I have Chili's at 20 cents and 24 cents or 25 cents. And I have Engine at $1, even less than $1. Engine, in fact, is kind of interesting. Let's check in on it. I know it's weak now, and here we are, a little bit of a dip, but you know, it's been a $4,200 day. It's allowed to fall down a couple $100. But if you go to Engine, let's go to this one. I was into Engine under $1. Look at the past 6 months because it's really gone crazy. And I remember back in June, there was some great dips down to 84 cents as I was throwing in the towel. But this is a solid, safe metaverse play, as well as a couple of others. And Chili's, let's have a quick look at Chili's. This list. Chili's is much riskier, but it's doing well. Again, Chili's, I always say get in at 25 cents, get out at 75 cents. We nearly hit that. I had an exit sell order at that price. We'll see if it gets up there again. But who knows? The whole metaverse, if it continues this trajectory, I'm up my limit over the sale prices because they could do really well. So that was for Special K. Chili's and Engine, I still hold it. And Ramp, I took a look. I'll do another refresher on it too. Don't sleep on Render. They're doing an interesting partnership with Solana. I will, and I've looked at a lot of the Solana ecosystem as well as the Cardano ecosystem, the whole Ethereum ecosystem. But we'll see. Rivian IPO from Justin Harris. So Rivian is an interesting one. I don't know if there's such a thing as an EV maxi, but if there is, I am a Tesla maxi. Rivian have built a nice car. It's fun, but it doesn't have the technology for safety features, or will it ever that Tesla have? So what Rivian has going for it is Jeff Bezos' very deep pocket and some big orders for delivery trucks. But buy one, and I would not buy the IPO. The other weird thing about the Rivian IPO is it should take some of the attention away from Tesla, so someone might bring some additional weakness to Tesla. And that's the way I see it. And JD Ruka, you are amazing too. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes. This one is just to celebrate with you all. And Alex White. I just want everybody, I'm going to, the Lucid Air cars. Yeah, when you start digging into them, be very careful with Lucid Air. They tend to misrepresent what they actually give away, range, etc. James, have you seen the game Atlas? No, I haven't. I'm not a video gamer. Don't have time for it. But I wish I knew more about video games because now it seems like that's a really relevant skill to have. And helium, question is helium worth it? It is if you mine it. Otherwise, I don't think so. Elvind Grunning from Norway. How are you? It's a very cool place. My son's girlfriend is from Norway. She's from Oslo. And Mo, thank you so much. So that was 30 minutes, guys. I better get back to work. Oh, thoughts on HBAR. HBAR is an interesting play. When I analyzed it, I thought, yes, it could do well if they get a couple of big CBDC type deals. But I'm not a big fan of the centralization. I still own the but it's been doing very well lately. Let's have a quick look at that because that is one I do plan on selling. That'll be one of the first ones I can sell. So you can see here, beautiful, nice trajectory. Beautiful straight line action. But how long it's going to continue, I don't know. This would have been a nice place to sell HBAR up here. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'll show you what I do. When I look at charts like this, I'll add an alert. So let me see. When HBAR hits this level, I'll be notified and I'll probably sell. So that's now it's time to start harvesting cash and getting out of positions. Niels Breakoff, thank you so much. What up, hey family? Hello everybody. Yes, Hans Gruber. The Rivian pickup is nice, but remember, looks aren't everything. You gotta look at the heart that's inside the car. That's very important too. So, and Dragon Rider. Oh, you're too much. Everybody's too nice. Playing with pastels down in New Zealand. What is it with the Kiwis and the Australians and their love for crypto? And by the way, big hugs to everybody in Australia if they're in Western Australia and they're still on lockdown till January next year. Sorry about that. That must be miserable. I hope they'll lift the controls and let people go free. So, anyway, with that, thank you, Preston, for being here, and the mods, Caligula, Preston, and K8, and anybody else who's in here. And big thank you for all the donations. We love it, and thank you for the likes. And the Big Apple's here too. The whole crew is here. Anyway, let's have one quick last look at what is going on with Bitcoin. And how's it turn? Oh, let me see. It's taking a little dip up again. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. Find out exactly what's going on. Here we are. This thing is going to be a beast tonight. The question is, 68, 69, 70k could all happen this evening. And where I am, there's another 8 hours left of today. So it's going to be crazy. I want to thank you all for being here. Glenn Becker, thank you for being such a kind community and giving me something to do during these crazy times. So I love you all. I'm going to hang up the phone now, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.
Most people come into crypto and they have no idea what to do. They just see green numbers, they hear stories of 100x. They think that just by throwing money around, they can land themselves in the opportunity of a lifetime because their buddy's buddy did it and, well, they heard about it a lot on Twitter. The reality of crypto is that there are dire mistakes that everybody makes here, and the hope of this episode is that I can prevent some of you. I know I can't do it for all of you, but at least for some of you, I hope I can prevent you from making these horrible mistakes that will leave you wrecked. Now, the art of crypto investing requires an understanding of the market, understanding of trends, narratives, familiarity, and time that you just cannot get overnight. And given that Bitcoin is about to ramp up to a new all-time high, we are seeing the flood of new attention and new buyers entering the market. These newbies, if that's you are the target for some of the worst malicious behavior in this industry, and this guide is hopefully going to be a lifeline that stops you from making huge cataclysmic errors that will leave you unable to participate in the future, the beautiful future that is crypto. So destroy that like button, share this guide with anyone that you think needs to learn about crypto or needs to get their bearings on what not to do because they're new to this industry, and hopefully we can together create a more sustainable, more educated crypto community that gets the good parts of this industry and not the bad. Again, make sure you're subscribed with that bell notification on, as we'll be coming with time-sensitive content throughout the entirety of these next few weeks, as this is it. This Q4 of the year after the halving is one of the most intense and bullish times in crypto history, and so we need to take full advantage. Make sure you have that bell notification on. With that said, let's dive in. So first and foremost, we are at the critical moment of the bull run when everything is pumping into the up-only season. It's where we start forgetting about the perils of the 90% crash that we had back in May, the perils of the bear market of 2018. We start throwing caution to the wind and seeing anything and everything pump, especially the dumbest and lowest IQ plays in the industry. So this guide is to help you from getting completely wrecked, throwing all your money into a half-baked idea that you really don't understand. So let's try to spread some awareness here with problem number one. First of all, this is the number one mistake you can do, which is failing to do your own research. DYOR isn't just a motto, it's not just a rule. DYOR is a lifestyle, because the reality is that everyone in crypto has financial incentives, right? If I'm holding a coin, then I have incentive to see that coin go up. So inherently, I am biased, right? As soon as I buy a coin, I am biased. I, as a presenter here on YouTube of information about the crypto space, I am biased. I can't overcome my own biases because I have too much financial entanglement in the market. And I try to be completely transparent with you. And of course, there's no way I can be 100% neutral. It's not even my goal. I just want you guys to be aware of where the biases come from. So just because you hear about something on Twitter, just because you hear about something on YouTube, just because you hear about something from someone that is someone you know, someone you might even trust in the industry, the reality is if you don't do your own research on it, then you are failing to do the rule number one that will prevent you from getting wrecked. Of course, it's not easy to do your own research if you're new, but learning to train this muscle of researching team, vision, rollout plan, active users, community, tokenomics, understanding how these things work together, who these team members are when they have a proven track record of success. These are the things that will inform your ultimate decisions here in the market, and learning to study the market is the key to mastering the market. As my buddy Nick Rose of Ethernity says here, smart individuals who do their own research and invest in fundamentals always win long term. Gamblers might win a few times short term in a bull market. It's normal. When everything goes up, everyone is a genius. Let's see where these dog chads will be in a few years, not financial advice. The point here is right now meme coins like dog coins are all the rage. There is absolutely no way that the future of crypto is a dog coin. Now, that might be a short-term step to something more sustainable, like Shiba Inu might decide to build a video game or build a DEX or build some technology. But then, of course, it's no longer just a meme coin. It's some kind of interesting tech. So these short-term fads in investing will be short-term. What you really need to be thinking about is where is crypto going to be in a few years from now? Look at emerging or dominant internet industries. Hint, hint, games. Hint, hint, NFTs. Hint, hint, DeFi. These are the things that are very important innovations that are changing the mainstream world. And as there is real-world impact and consequences, then of course the technologies involved are very, very much so having a bull case long-term. Learn to understand all the variables around a project and do your own research. That is the rule number one that will prevent you from getting wrecked here. Because as you'll find, as you get into every single chat room in crypto, everyone wants you to tell you that the next best thing or the thing that they're holding is going to change the world. And most times, 99% of them, they are wrong. Now here is a general guideline, not a law, because the reality is that really good tokens can pump and pump and pump some more. If there is a huge amount of momentum behind a project, or they're in a niche, or they have a massive product coming up, or there's just something really big on the horizon, then something can continue to pump ad nauseum. And so this is more of a general guideline that you shouldn't be buying something just because it pumped. Meaning if something's up, over 100% or something within the week, maybe you should take a step back and understand why. Is this just a big FOMO moment? Is there something big and fundamentally sound about what's going on? Did they just partner with the UN or something crazy, right? Where all of a sudden you see actual use and utility, like this coin is working with Tesla or Google or something like that, where you think it actually makes a big difference long term, then maybe the pump is justified and there's more in the future. I believe that the coins that are working in gaming and metaverse are still at the very nascent early stages of their growth, and that the early technologies here have massive amounts more to gain, even though a lot of them have already pumped. But the main takeaway of this rule is that you in general want to buy the red and sell the green. Now, for those of you coming in here in November of a bull run, chances are there's not going to be too much red. It's most likely going to be a lot of varying degrees of green candles, which will leave you with ultimate FOMO. So, What you want to not do in this case is throw all your money into something that's up 300% on the day, because typically the law of gravity still applies that if something is pumped dramatically, you want to let it cool off a little bit. Of course, for projects with massive amounts of momentum, things like Solana and other things that just showed that they really defy gravity and can pump and pump and pump some more, the reality is that in the late stage of the bull run, some of those proven winners can have massive, massive runs. So the momentum around something like a Solana or a big gaming metaverse project can continue. The reality, though, is that most of these coins, after a big sort of out-of-nowhere pump, will cease to pump, at least for a bit. And of course, once we hit another bearish cycle, that's when you want to be really accumulating coins, is during a bearish cycle and selling during a bullish cycle. Buy red and sell green. Now, micro caps are the magic of crypto because they go 1000x gains. However, micro caps are also the ones that die and go to zero and you can never get your money out. So understanding that micro caps are truly playing with fire and that you should only be risking a small amount of your portfolio in these types of assets, or at least that's my strategy, is that anything under $100 million is a micro cap. Everything from 100 million to $1 billion is essentially a small to mid cap, and everything over $1 billion is a large cap, and then of course you have the majors. The micros have the potential to give astronomical gains, but they also come with a significant set of consequences in that as soon as Bitcoin starts dipping or the bull market momentum fades, those will crumble to the tune of 90%, 95% or more. So you need to know how risky the play is, and that if you're jumping into a small market cap coin, you should only be risking a small amount of your portfolio, probably 1 to 2 percentage points max. It's also important to cut losers fast in a bull run. Now, if you have huge conviction in a project and know they have some major catalyst going forward, then holding a coin that's been stagnant for a while might be a good idea. However, if there's a coin you're holding that hasn't done anything big in the last significant period of time, as well as doesn't seem to have any significant catalyst in the future, it's important to realize that other coins are going to be moving aggressively during this period, and that essentially getting into things that seem more active is probably the way to go. Cutting your stagnant losers fast, and of course if you have high conviction in a play and there's still music left to be sung here in the bull run, that those projects really being obvious with their growth and development will probably do well throughout the last segment of this bull run. A good example of this here is Aeon, which at one point was considered a superior interoperability solution to Quant Network. Now we can see Quant building, whereas Aeon is a dead heartbeat. And obviously there are so many interoperability coins like Polkadot and other ones, so if you see something like Aeon that's just kind of dead in the water and doesn't have any meaningful updates coming out, then it's probably a good time to move some of those funds into a project with more momentum. I can tell you that this yellow chart, the way it's bubbling up and flagging out to the right, certainly looks like it has a chance here of regaining its bullish momentum. It looks like it wants to go up. It looks like it wants to bust up, the way it's sort of leveling up and over and up and over. That's a bullish pattern of reaccumulation and growth. Now, we can't prevent this. We can't stop this. If I could, I would wave my magic wand and do it. But falling for scams and rug pulls, or essentially acting without due diligence and investing mainly in anonymous teams without known founders, anonymous teams with no track record, especially buzzword salads that seem to be too good to be true, with technology that seems to be perfect for the moment, with really no clear proven history of whether it's real or false, whether there's a real person behind it or not. These are classic scams that have taken too much money from too many innocent or worthy people. And if I could stop it
you
from
monster,
happening,
no, you were supposed to leave.
Into something that can go to zero, and you're playing around with what you would otherwise put on the roulette table at Vegas, and you don't really care, then it's pretty much entertainment, right? So you're doing gambling. But understand that if you think this is a serious project and you're going to invest significant amounts of funds in it, then make sure you've done your due diligence and make sure that this is not a rug or a scam, or if something does happen, that there is someone to be accountable. Now, another mistake that a lot of people do is trading with leverage. Now, I want to be clear. There are real traders who crush it with leverage. A great example is Crown, who comes on this channel daily. Crown has made his living for the last 15 plus years as an options trader, and he absolutely crushes the market here in crypto. I've seen him make millions upon millions upon millions in this industry, just crushing the daily trading of Bitcoin. Now, he's also taught his community to become incredibly profitable doing this. And of course, for the traders that know how to trade, go ahead, you know the risks, and you've probably had the experience to know what not to do. For everyone new in the industry though, people who are new to this industry who might not know that much, trading with leverage is absolutely the last thing you should do. You do not understand how to use these tools and you will lose everything, most likely. That is the case for 90+% of people, is that they are not profitable for the first, I think, 10 months or 11 months. And then of course you could become a profitable trader over time. But understand, for most people they lose, and that's why I'm doing a heavy warning lights here that most new people should not be trading with leverage. Of course, if you know what you're doing, you know how to use the tools, go ahead, trade with leverage. In fact, Crown has courses to teach you how to crush with leverage, and that's the kind of expert knowledge we like to have here on the channel. But it's important that you realize that it takes a while to get there. And so if you're not there yet, you shouldn't be trading with leverage. Now finally, selling your entire position or buying your entire position is this new rule. The reality is that most amazing moves in crypto happen in layers. You want to layer into things and layer out. And this is because it's impossible to time the market. Nobody knows when the ultimate top will be, and nobody knows when the ultimate bottom will be. So layering in buys as you get lower and layering out sells as you get higher, knowing that you want to keep a little bit of those coins just in case there's another leg up in this bull run. You never know. ETH could go hit 10K. A lot of people will be selling there, but then it might just rocket right up to 20K, kind of like Bitcoin did in 2017. So for all the people who sold their entire positions at 10K, they would have missed that clean double up to 20K. And that stuff does and continues to happen. So understanding that you should be thinking incrementally, I'm going to sell a certain percent at certain levels and keep laddering up and laddering down, essentially laddering your buys down and laddering your sells up. That is the way to think about this. Essentially hitting a one-click sell on everything or a one-click buy on everything is a very, very Neanderthal way to go about buying and selling crypto. It usually leaves you without getting the best results. Now, no matter how many times I talk about this, people just simply don't do it because it is so intoxicating to see the number go up in crypto. Seeing wealth being built in front of you with small amounts of money growing into medium or large amounts of money, it is like a drug, and people have a very, very tough time cutting off the supply. They want to see more and more. They want to leverage up and up. They want to see a bigger pool of funds grow faster. And for that reason, the idea of selling and taking money off the table, let's say you have $1 million that you've created, seeing it jump up to 2 million, 3 million, or 5 million, that's a hugely exciting thing. And that stops you from taking the $1 million or the $10,000 or the $100, whatever it is, the size of investment for you. You need to get in the habit of, once you're up several X's, 5 to 10X, you should start really understanding that these are levels that are amazing wins for any trader, and you should be happy taking some profits, or at least your initial investment out. I encourage everyone to create your own personal profit-taking strategy. Some people want to be riskier, some people want less risk and more dependable gains. Someone who wants more dependable gains might sell half their position on a double. If I invest at $5, it goes to $10, I take my initial $5 out and I still have the same size position I started with, and then the rest is essentially free money. Then you could also do a 10, 20, 30, 40, which I encourage, which essentially takes 10% into Bitcoin, 10% into Ethereum, 30% stays in the coin, and 40% gets put into a pool for reinvestment. And that'll usually happen as you get about a 5x or higher. A 10, 20, 30, 40 is a great way to take your 5x multiples and spread them out while keeping a ton of money still in the project as what we call a moon bag. And then of course, as you get higher and higher, you just want to have preset levels. You know what you're going to sell at and when, and then the hardest thing to do is of course hit that sell button. But believe me, there will be a bearish turn to the market. There will be an inevitable cold and wintry cycle in the future, and you'll be very, very happy that you did those sells, I promise you. And to illustrate this point, I see this all the time. Hey, I was broke last year and now I have enough money I can afford not to work for 10 years. People flying business class, people, enjoying all the nice things in life that were literally broke a few months ago, and they're not sure if they should take profits. Come on. That's an easy answer. Take some profits. Take some profits. If this is life-changing, take the profits. What you need to understand is that time in the market is the most valuable thing you can have. So taking those profits and allowing yourself to focus on this full time for a long period of time will let you crush and make way more money than being worried that you might have to go back to your day job. I promise that. I've done it myself. And finally, one of the most perilous things you could do in this industry, which I've been preaching for 4 years now and it's being proven, is that overlooking gaming and NFTs as too silly or not serious enough as use cases for crypto and Web3 is a fatal mistake. NFTs first have exploded with art and collectibles, Now, the next wave is gaming, and gaming is a middle step on the way to a full virtual reality metaverse. So as we move towards full virtual reality, we are entering the world now, the wave of gaming. And gaming will also move into VR as well. They will become synergistic products. But for now, it's very important that you understand that the next wave is NFT-powered video games. These are going to be the most successful products on the internet for the next several years, maybe 5+ years, as we work our way towards a full metaverse. And those gaming projects, I believe, will become the dominant protocols in cryptocurrency. So there you have it. These are 10 critical mistakes that if I can prevent some of you from making, I very well might save a life here in crypto and keep your portfolio from getting wrecked. Remember, surviving is thriving here in crypto. So making sure you don't lose a lot of your capital on ultra high risk play.
All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. In today's video, I want to share with you the latest news involving Ethereum, involving Solana, VeChain, lower cap altcoins, and more. If you're interested in making money with cryptocurrency, click subscribe. We drop a video every single day demystifying this crypto. Let's jump in, starting with a huge piece of global awareness news involving major magazine, The Economist. The Economist magazine has just released their 2022 cover with Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin logos. And as you can see, the issue is titled The World Ahead 2022. And like right here, here are the 4 logos mentioned. Cardano's logo, Bitcoin's logo, Ethereum's logo, and you can just make out Litecoin's logo. This is pretty cool. Give me your thoughts on this down below. Huge sign of support from The Economist. And if they would have added one other crypto's logo, which other crypto do you think should have been added to this cover? Feel free to sound off down below. And next up, let's talk about where we are with Bitcoin and this incredible sort of launch pad we have built between a 50 and 60K BTC. From on-chain analyst Willy Woo, using data provided by Glassnode. Every Bitcoin at the price they last changed hands between investors. It shows huge price validation between 50 and 60K BTC. Bitcoin, as a $1 trillion asset class, in my opinion, is now cemented. Hard to see it dropping below this zone. And essentially what this shows us is on-chain volume based on where we were in Bitcoin's price history. For example, in these lighter areas, they do represent weaker areas where less actual transactions are taking place. And then, of course, we see these much darker areas and validating. Now, obviously, anything could happen. This is just one metric out of many to consider. But to back this up, on-chain analyst and trader Bob Lucas agrees. I think you're right. This is the future of my opinion. Interesting stuff. Just something to consider from 2 analysts that I heavily respect. I will keep searching, I will keep looking for more data, and as I find it, I'll keep going. Next piece of quick news for Ethereum, a bullish indicator for scaling. Andreessen Horowitz has just led a $50 million investment in Ethereum Layer 2 developer Matter Labs. They are one of the blue chips for ETH scaling. Matter Labs is the company behind Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution called ZK Sync. And besides A16Z, they have added them as well, including Blockchain.com, Crypto.com, Consensus, OKX, Aave, Rarible. And while there are a handful of prominent scaling solutions for ETH out there, as explained by Matt, this one is the only blockchain scaling approach that relies on pure cryptography instead of collectively trusted validators, bridges, or watchers. So this, in part, explains why we're seeing all these major names back. And now that Matter has this injection of cash, what are they going to use it for? The company plans to use the fresh funds to bolster its scientific and engineering teams with new talent, while also adding more focus on its business growth. In a direct quote, Until recently, we've been focused nearly exclusively on technological innovation. Now it's time to put a similarly concerted effort into reaching new users and developers, which will require scaling our business development and marketing efforts and building out our community and ecosystem. So if you like Ethereum, you'll like this. It's a huge green flag for the future of the ecosystem. Let's keep moving. Next up, huge partnership between basic attention token Brave and Solana. Privacy browser Brave expands beyond Ethereum, and they have chosen Solana. Today, the privacy browser add support for Solana wallets earlier next year. I'm getting choked up talking about this. Add support for Solana wallets. And essentially what this means is we could see millions and millions of Brave users come on and be onboarded onto Solana. Brendan Eich, the CEO of Brave, said, with more and more users and creators requiring tools for fast and affordable access to the decentralized web, this integration will pave the way for the next billion to harness applications and tokens. So plain and simple, they chose the Solana ecosystem because of speed. And like I said, Solana, what this means to you is this move could prove just as beneficial for the Solana ecosystem as Brave currently boasts 42 million monthly active users. Once the integration is complete in the first half of 2022, millions of Brave users will be exposed to a variety of new Solana decentralized applications, or dApps. And in a direct quote from the CEO of Solana Labs on why he's excited about this integration, deep integration with browsers is key to helping dApps build the best web experiences. Across all versions of their browsers is an important step to onboarding the next billion users to Solana. Very bullish if you hold Solana. And next up, I want to take 60 seconds to the channel, cryptocurrency exchange OKCoin, and share with you why they are a better way to Bitcoin. Global cryptocurrency exchange with the lowest fees around, which is true. They do have much lower fees than other exchanges, Coinbase, for example, and they are fully regulated in the US, which I like. There's a link down below. Check it out. Great place. If you're looking for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, has a vast array of altcoins, even newer altcoins like Star Atlas, like Coin. Another thing that separates OKCoin is their zero fee staking, meaning you keep 100% of staking rewards, which I like. So let's check out some options. Altcoin by staking Miami Coin, which is very interesting. Why as of now, but obviously as more people join on, these rates are subject to vary. And of course, many other offers of staking as well. Polkadot, Cosmos, Cardano, etc. You keep 100% of staking rewards earned. Link down below. Check it out. Next up, big piece of news involving VeChain. VeChain was invited by Shanghai Minhang government to discuss its products' use cases. So interest is being shown on a governmental level. VeChain Foundation was invited to an exclusive China International Import Expo (CIIE) side event hosted by the Investment Institute of the Shanghai Minhang government, as recently reported via the foundation's official Twitter handle. And basically what this means, what was accomplished, according to the report, VeChain Foundation, represented by its CMO, was able to share live use cases of VeChain-sourced blockchain products and the utility embedded in AirTrace, which was jointly built with PwC. Very interesting. Let's go to the direct source right here. This was right here, and they presented this to a room of large international companies and government officials. Our CMO shared live use cases of VET's blockchain products, and I would bet VeChain could have huge synergy with China's international import. We will see. just integrated with Solana as well. As announced at the Solana conference, the Graphs hosted service is integrating Solana. Essentially, this integration will enable faster indexing of Project Serum and Solana developers. The ecosystem plans to improve the Solana development experience. So this should make it so much easier for developers building on Solana to be more accessible. That's what the graph does. It indexes, it queries information, and specifically, the integration will address existing friction points for Solana dApp builders. The graph will make it easier for developers on Solana to query the Solana blockchain, access historical data, and visualize data analytics. Additionally, the graph will start syncing Solana subgraphs and begin supporting data needed on the Solana blockchain. This will unlock Solana queries at scale. So much easier for developers, much easier to find different information. The graph will make rich historical data available for Solana developers. So it's great. It's really cool to understand what's happening behind the scenes for these different platforms. Next up, specifically Kadena. JP Morgan spinoff, Kadena, hits an all-time high after rising over 210% in a week. So some of you might have seen this. A lot of you were asking what Kadena is. Because chances are, you might not have heard of Kadena before this week. It is, after all, the 60th largest cryptocurrency market cap right now. But this particular Brooklyn-based crypto project has high ambitions. Kadena's hybrid blockchain launched in January last year. The project was founded by employees Stuart Popejoy and Will Martino, both led JP Morgan's Blockchain Center for Excellence. So they left JPM to launch this, and a central component of Kadena is the company's private chain Kuro, also a public chain, and also an open source smart contract language called Pact that enables anyone with a rudimentary understanding of programming to draft their own smart contracts. So essentially, this is just another smart contract platform that is offering, in this case, its own programming language and more scalability than Ethereum. Honestly, there seems to be thousands of these, but this one's getting a lot of acclaim because it is backed by former JP Morgan employees. Give me your initial thoughts on this. That is the video. My name's Austin. Like always, see you tomorrow.
Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So today, Ethereum forms a new high. Bitcoin is about to form a new high. And the crypto market cap did form a new high. Today is just a really fantastic day. Very, very exciting. What a way to start off the new week. So let's talk about what's going on with Ethereum, Bitcoin, and also a lot of promising altcoin news from today. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams almost every day. 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out the brand new and redesigned CryptosRus.com. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are too. I mean, there's not much to be complaining about. Look at Bitcoin, 66.2, right? Previous high was 66.8, 66.9. So we are less than $700 away from forming a brand new high with Bitcoin, right? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to form a new high, and 70,000 is right around the corner, right? I told you guys this. Sometimes Bitcoin just seems like it just goes sideways until it doesn't, and it's ready to move. And it looks like definitely ready to move right now. In addition, Ethereum is closing in at 4,800. 4,791 was today's high. It's a little bit off, but it's about to form and overall market cap is creeping closer and closer to 3 trillion market cap. Just to put things into perspective for you guys in terms of how massive Bitcoin and Ethereum already are, look at this. Top assets by market cap. This is the biggest companies in the world, including exchange traded funds, crypto, precious metals, and just, you know, publicly traded companies. Gold sitting at number 1. Look at where Bitcoin is right now. 1.25 trillion. It is about to surpass silver. That is no easy thing to do. This is the global silver supply, physical and paper, and Bitcoin is closing in at it, about to flip. Already flipped with the likes of Facebook, now known as Meta. Also flipped with Tesla, even though Tesla has been so hot, it's still above that. And pretty soon it'll flip above silver, and then Amazon, and then Google, all the way to the top. Eventually it'll flip gold. Probably not this cycle, but there's a really good chance it could be sitting at number 2, even above Microsoft by year end. I didn't know Microsoft flipped Apple. That's pretty significant. But anyways, and it's not just Bitcoin. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum is now bigger than JP Morgan. Not even Bitcoin, well above JP Morgan, more to double. Ethereum itself now is bigger than JP Morgan, bigger than some brand name companies. United Healthcare, Johnson & Johnson, Walmart, LV. Okay, I know a lot of you guys have been buying a lot of LV for your spouse, but yeah, bigger than LV, Bank of America, Home Depot, and it goes on and on and on, right? Even Ethereum, the way it's going, Ethereum will be flipping silver. And Ethereum will be in the top 10 in the near future and probably end up being like the top 5 by the end of this cycle too. That's how large Ethereum is right now too, and how large it's going to get. So it's massive. Massive in terms of how big they are and how big the overall market is. But the silly thing is, it's just getting started. This is just the beginning too. Really, really the beginning. Right? Now, what else is going on? Well, Plan B, stock to flow. You know, he has 2 models, stock to flow and stock to flow X. Which one is it going to be? He did update this. So, you know, we were kind of hovering over here in the yellow and green. Now it's turned red. So, according to him, this is the second, right? Second leg up. And it's either going to be at 100,000+ clearing stock to flow, or 288,000 by stock using stock to flow X, or somewhere in between 100 and 288,000, right? Maybe 150, maybe 200. Take your pick. Take your pick. I do think we're going to end up between those two. I think we're going to be higher than 100,000, but lower than 288,000. So somewhere in between. Let's see. Let's see what happens. All right. What else is there? According to Willy Woo, this looks like a hand-drawn picture. I know it's not. The contour map of every Bitcoin and its price. They change hands between investors. Huge price validation between 50 and 60,000. Bitcoin as a 1 trillion asset class, IMO, is now cemented. Hard to see it dropping below this zone. So Willy Woo is basically declaring that Bitcoin will never be below $50,000 ever again. That's a big statement. That's a big statement. And some people are still thinking we may have, you know, a 75, 80, 85% drop from top, right? Depends on how high Bitcoin goes. And if it happens, it could go down to 50,000 or, you know, somewhere around there, right? But according to Willy Woo, this will not happen again. We will not see Bitcoin below $50,000. Interesting. Is he right? Only time will tell. Seeing how high we go, then we can kind of calculate. Right now, Bitcoin, other positive news, whales that hold between 10,000 to 100,000 Bitcoin. We're talking about some of the largest whales out there. have accumulated 43,000 more Bitcoins in the last 5 days. This includes the likes of Michael Saylor and all these other public trade companies that have a ton of Bitcoin. Guess what they're doing? They're accumulating more. And I've been telling you guys that they just keep accumulating more. They finally get it. They realize the retail investors that's been leading the way had it right all along, that Bitcoin is a store of value, it's a hedge against inflation, and it may one day dethrone the USD, the mighty USD. And now that's why they're all stocking up now. They're all panicking. They all want to have a Bitcoin strategy, and this is why they keep accumulating. And retail investors are also accumulating. I mean, it's not just the whales. Everyone is trying to accumulate right now, right? So things are looking good on pretty much all fronts. Also, Spain, at least one Spanish bank is launching, we're preparing to launch a Bitcoin spot ETF. And we've been hearing a lot about this around the world. It's only going to get bigger. But there's a rumor that we may get a spot Bitcoin ETF this week. Rumor that maybe Grayscale is going to get approved and convert their Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a spot ETF. Big rumor, big rumor. If it happens, we will see the biggest explosion ever, like in history. No, not in history, but it'll be absolutely massive. Okay, but I think it's a little bit too early, so I don't know if this is going to happen. But I mean, there's a lot of rumors going on about this, so we'll see. 1 second here. Someone happens to be knocking on my door, but I don't want to interrupt, so I'm just going to ignore them. Anyways, what else is going on? Crypto.com is moving up in a big way today, and that's because they have launched their brand new NFT marketplace, right? So it's already big if you look at who signed up. Austin Martin, Snoop Dogg, and many others that have already, I don't even know, they've already sold this much. I mean, that's crazy in terms of how much. But anyways, Crypto.com is one of the bigger advertised exchanges right now. I mean, they're going all out with promotions and sponsorships and partnerships, and you know what? Yeah, so NFT marketplace launch, and that is why they are doing pretty well today, up another 14%. They keep climbing and climbing and climbing. They're going to be within a top 20 pretty soon. Now, besides Crypto.com, I have some Solana news. There's a conference going on. Brave, Basic Attention Token, have partnered up with them, and it seems like wants to integrate a wallet right within the Brave browser. So that is pretty positive. You have a ton of people using the Brave browser, millions and millions and millions per month, right? So this integration not only helps BAT, but also helps Solana, and also the Graph, which is a project that helps projects create APIs, also partner up with Solana and all the current, projects, and all the new projects will be able to utilize the Graph. So that's pretty positive. Although I'm quite surprised Solana is not moving today. Kind of expected with these news they would have moved, but regardless. What else is there? Avalanche has formed a new high and continues to go above. Now it's at above $90 because Voyager just added them. Voyager's been prepping themselves up, trying to get into a lot of things like DeFi and so forth, but they have opened up Avalanche now, so you can actually trade Avalanche on Voyager, which is pretty good. Also, besides Avalanche, Crypto.com and Solana, Cardano. There's some Cardano news. So this is breaking news on CryptosRus.com. This is why I've been telling you guys. You guys need to get on CryptosRus.com daily, okay, to check out all the latest news, ones that others haven't even broken yet, okay, including this one with Sunday Swap, right? They have made a big integration with one of the biggest wallets of Cardano, which is, what is it? I always have a hard time pronouncing this. Yoroi, I think. So they have made that integration because they feel like they're on the brink of coming out with a fully working DEX within the Cardano ecosystem, right? And this could be absolutely huge once it comes out. This is what everyone is waiting for. All the Cardano fans that are staying loyal, they are waiting for this, and I am too. And all the naysayers could say whatever they want about ADA being a stable coin, but this is coming, and I think this is pretty significant. And if it works as well as it does, and it gets integrated in all the major wallets like Yore and Daedalus and others, right? It's going to be absolutely massive for Cardano. So this is going to be within the next few weeks, at least according to the team, right? Also, what's on CryptoZeros.com is off the blockchain store. You guys want to get all the crypto apparel, merchandise, cups, shirts, sweaters. Make sure you check it out, because right now, discount 20% off of everything and of all your favorite projects and a lot of cool other logos and so forth, right? Make sure you guys check it out. It's right on the webpage and on YouTube. It's integrated, right? And of course, I want to remind you guys, I am George NFTs, which is ending in a couple of days, and there are special benefits to it in case you guys didn't know. But the current one right now is this one, and it's a tribute to McDonald and their entrance into NFT market. But there's a lot of good benefits to holding these NFTs besides supporting me and besides having one of the best NFTs ever created. But there's a lot of benefits, so just want to remind you guys that. All right, what else? Oh, there's something else for Cardano too. There's another project that's trying to become NFT marketplace, but one that is going to be utilizing smart contract. Little unknown fact is that CNFT, which exists right now, there is a marketplace, but it doesn't really utilize smart contracts, which is why it's operational, right? But this one, JPEG Store, may be the first project to come out of the NFT marketplace that does support smart contract, which of course is what we want, right? That would be pretty significant. All right, that's pretty much it. Overall, today's a pretty good day. I mean, I don't know how else to break it. Are we going to see a new high for Bitcoin? I think so. We're just a couple 100 points away. Ethereum already formed a new high. Binance Coin is about to form a new high. Solana is about to form a new high. I mean, Cardano's a little bit off, and XRP is a little bit off. But Polkadot is about to form a new high. Maybe it did already. Shiba is still hanging in there. For those of you guys that are Shiba fans, you know, it's still hanging in there, which is very promising, right? The fact that it didn't dump more shows that there's a lot of loyal supporters of SHIB. Also, Luna formed a new high. Avalanche formed a new high. I mean, there's just a lot of things going on. And VeChain finally is starting to move because of their new DEX. Well, I shouldn't say new DEX. The DEX has been out, but the new yield features of that DEX, right? And there's many others that's just doing very well. Crypto.com also is formed a new high. A lot of good stuff going on. All right, before I get in Q&A, new sponsor for today. This is an interesting project in the DeFi space, BNPL Pay. I was wondering what BNPL means. It means buy now, pay later, which really has nothing to do with the project, but that's the name they chose. DeFi loans for real world with no money up front. So what is this? This is a lending project that allows people to borrow uncollateralized. Almost every kind of lending right now is collateralized, meaning you need to put down 50% and or you put down whatever, you can borrow 50% against it, or 33% against it, or 10% against it, depending on your rates, right? So what BNPL Pay is trying to do is, well, if you need to borrow, but you can't put down the collateral, maybe there's someone out there that would be willing to do so, right? It's all transparent and it's based on people that wants to take that risk. And of course, if you do take that risk, there's incentives for that. Maybe your interest is higher, or the rates is going to be higher, right? Shorter term. That is what they're all about. So no collateral needed, right? It's basically anyone that could apply. I'm sure there's going to be a ranking system and a rating system based on your history, but that's what it is. If you need to borrow money, you could. And then also in reverse, if you do have a crypto bank or you want to become one, right? You can register and you can choose who you want to lend out to. So it's really basically a decentralized version of lending, but uncollateralized, right? Which you don't really see in this space. Aave kind of started out this way with P2P loans, but they have changed gotten away from that, but now we're starting to see this again. And obviously with the token, you can also do many things, such as stake in the network and be part of the governance program. Those are pretty, you know, pretty standard, right? And also this project, they did make some waves before. They were one of the IDOs that came out of Thor Starter, so they do have a very close relationship with Thorchain, Thor Starter, the whole Thor ecosystem. Also, they did raise 7.14 million already to be able to launch this, so they do have significant backing as well. So, quite interesting. And if you look at the roadmap, there's a lot more to go. Obviously, this is a work in progress. They don't have their app yet. They're going to work on that and many other things, adding more liquidity to the system. That's all things that they will be working on in the future. So, if you're interested, check out BNPL Pay. Their URL is in the description of this video. All right, now let's do some Q&A. I see some comments. Is KuCoin only exchange for Kadena? Yes, they're one of the biggest ones, but Crypto.com also offers them. I just got done talking about Crypto.com. In fact, they just added them recently, so you can get them on there too. Kadena has been very volatile. I mean, like going up to 20, down to 16, 20, 17. I mean, it's been volatile. Now that people are paying attention to it, right? It seems like there's more people that's kind of trading it, but it has been making tremendous gains recently. Chad asked about Voyager. Voyager is still a good app. I still use it. I still hold it, hold some of my crypto on there. But overall, it's based in the US. It's a pretty good, easy to use app. The biggest, I think, draw to it is you can leave your crypto on there and you start earning interest without needing to stake it. You don't have to worry about a lot of things. But there are limitations because there are, like, not everything can be withdrawn. Not everything can be deposited. So it's not like a full-fledged exchange. It's kind of like half. But, I mean, they're okay. Okay. Scrolling up, making sure. Talk about Solana. I would like to know your thoughts on SoulRaiser. It's designed for Project Build on Solana. Is it like a launch pad? I've never heard of that project. Ooh, they have not done well at all. Yeah, it's an accelerator. Okay. So the first decentralized developer ecosystem for, I've never heard of this project, but obviously they are not doing well at all. And you know what? For projects to launch, you don't need to have a launchpad. You don't need to have something that helps them, right? You can just launch on your own. There's no reason why you need to. And right now, all the major ones launching on Solana are getting direct backing from Alameda Research. So I can't recommend SoulRaiser. IMX. Okay, I'm not gonna look at that. John, thank you. Holy smokes, ADA is moving. Is it moving? Maybe because this broke, right? Maybe because yes, it's finally moving. Maybe because CryptosRus.com broke this news, right? Like I said, you guys need to start checking up on my website every single day, multiple times a day, and sign up to the Hodler's Herald, which will get you up to date even more. But yeah, I'm glad to see it. Now I'm starting to catch up here. Jeff, always appreciate that. Ice cream for AOM. I don't know what AOM. You mean Adam? Do you think it's possible for VET to hit $1 this cycle? Oh, I mean, they're like 17 cents. Can they do it? That's less than 10x. Yes, it's possible. Yes, it's possible. I'm gonna say that. It's possible. Riley, I have no thoughts on it. Thoughts on Chamath talking about dumping his locked Solana. Yeah, I saw that video. You know, one thing that a lot of people are not comfortable with about Solana, I think the only thing that you can hold against Solana at this point is that large amount of Solana is locked up for VCs. So guys like Chamath, seems like he holds a lot, and many others hold a lot. I'm sure Sam Bankman-Fried holds a lot. But yeah, Chamath recently did some kind of interview with a couple of guys. Jason Calla something. He's like a famous Uber investor or something. And Chamath and someone else, they're kind of joking around with each other how, oh, you know, whales, you know, will be dumping Solana, or I might dump, or this and that, or whatever, right? So it came off really bad. I think they were joking. I don't really think that's their intention, but yeah, that does make wonder, right? Like, what are those whales going to do? Is that the reason why Solana has gone up so much so fast, right? Maybe. So it'll be interesting to study that going forward, whether or not they were just joking, or they were just really holding it, you know, they were just joking, or they were really going to do it. Immutable X is layer 2, so it's obviously awesome. Anything that helps Ethereum scale at this point is fantastic. Do you think BTC and altcoins will cool off over Christmas and New Year's? No, I think it's only going to heat up. If you look traditionally at like the equity market, it heats up at the end of the year, because that's when everyone's in a profit, in the green, and everyone's feeling cheerful, and things just tend to go up and up and up and up. And whenever there's that kind of money flowing around, a lot of it comes into crypto, and a lot of portfolio managers, fund managers, wants to boost their portfolio for next year, right? They want to show that their performance is awesome this year, so they tend to add in a little bit riskier stuff. A lot of them will probably add crypto. So no, I think it's the opposite. Do you think the bigger games coming out? Do you follow the bigger games coming out? No, I don't. I don't follow myself. I don't get into games at all, so I don't follow it mostly. I've heard of a few big ones, but not any of the new ones. Heroverse. Sorry, never heard of that. A lot of FUD surrounding ETH gas. How does ETH maintain relevant in the future considering the gas? Because when the Ethereum 2.0 comes out, they will be able to implement sharding, which is a new way to scale, and that will solve their issues. A lot of EVM compatible chains already has sharding. Elrond has it, Harmony has it, Phantom has it, Zillicut has it, and they're working already, so it's just a matter of time before Ethereum gets it. Have I looked at Handshake? I have not. Will you make a video instructing new people not to take TA too seriously? Think Bloody Sunday this year, that turned out big nothing. I mean, Joe, that's the thing. Some people will swear by it, though. I mean, it's a losing battle, right? So I think, in my honest opinion, crypto, because it's so small, volatile, can be manipulated, TA works 50% of the time. 50% of the time works, 50% of it doesn't, right? Shorter terms, shorter time frames, when there's less volatility, yeah, it'll probably hit certain levels, right? Fibonacci levels, or hit Bollinger Bands, and indicators, RSI will tell you if it's oversold or overbought. But long term, it's really hard to predict, because there's so much money that can be flowing in and out. Any given news can cause money to flow in and out, and external factors, right? So that's why I think it's really easy to just focus on fundamentals and holding and dollar cost averaging. I mean, it's a strategy that works. It just does. Anyone that's been with me for more than 6 months can testify that that is the ultimate strategy. And you'll make more by just doing that than trying to trade. No matter what traders say, they'll never be able to make more than the long-term holders. That's just how it is. So there you go. What are your thoughts on VestDex? I think it's a big thing. If they can implement those yield farming pools, right, that could cause a lot of VET to be locked in, and that could be very positive for VeChain. XTM. I don't know what XTM is. Chances of a huge dip in the next few days, like we saw in May. Why? We just came off of dips. No, I mean, it could happen. Is it likely? I don't think so. Why would it? Daron says my new assistant Darina is now George. Please give her a shout out. Darina. Hopefully I said that right. Can you do a deeper dive on MTV and its potential? I have looked at it before, not a super deep dive, but nothing really stands out that makes me think that they're really going to blow up. If they do, it's awesome, but a lot of times it comes down to marketing too, not just technology. So they need to get themselves out there so that people will actually care and buy and hold. That's important. XRP Radix, I'm not sure about it. Yeah, look, it sounds familiar. EDX? No. EXRP. Wow, they have been doing really good. I mean, that's crazy if you look at it. So last 7 days, 300%. They're above 1.5 billion. I don't know too much about this. Layer 1 DeFi done right. Earn 12% staking right now. 1,000 more scalable than Polkadot and Avalanche. They're making some big claims right there. They're making some big claims right there. DeFi sucks for developers. Okay, we're gonna make it fun again. 1,000 more DeFi security. Nearly $1 billion of DeFi hacks. This puts everyone. Radix fixes this. Well, there's a lot of big claims right there, right? I cannot say if it's true or not, but they could be. You know, they're still a little bit smaller than Cadena or right around there. Could be the next one to really take off. I mean, they have been taking off in the last 30 days. So I have to do more research into them. Could be a good one. Could be a good one. What else is there? Saying, thank you. Can you check BTC leverage? Claims all-time high. Let's see. I don't even know what the symbol is. I think it's BTC long. No, it's not. I mean, it's climbing, but I mean, compared to this is Bitcoin longs, leverage longs on BitMEX, or Bitfinex, I should say, and we are not near the top here, which was in July, and there's a couple stints February and April. So I mean, we're lower than obviously from compared to January, but it's not even as high as here back in September. So I don't know where you saw that. All right, guys, last few questions. Forgot to say your last digit for the giveaway. I did not forget. I'm purposely holding off. I can't make it too easy on you guys. It's a big giveaway. It's just an enormous giveaway. So in case you guys don't know what I'm talking about, cryptolist.com, go to giveaways. And then I have 2 giveaways, 600,000 subscriber giveaway, right? So I randomly give out a digit. I've given out 2 already, and then the year-end giveaway, right? That's absolutely huge. I've been running it for quite some time now. 5 ETH giveaway, it's absolutely huge, right? And there is a digit in there that gives you 200 entries. So that last one that you need, I will be giving out this month. So you guys have to watch every single stream, or you're gonna miss it. But both of these are pretty big, pretty big. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. Overall, hey, today is a pretty fantastic day. It may get even better, right? So buckle up, hold on. We're about to go to the moon and beyond, right? So I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Around the Blockchain here on BitBoy Crypto. Very excited. We got a great show for you planned. Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything's having a lot of fun this week. So I hope you are too. Hope you had a great weekend. We come to you every Monday through Friday 5 p.m. Eastern. And we made it right on time. Thank you for turning the music down just a little bit, BJ. It's a little loud. But we are doing good. Like I said, we got a great show for you today. We got some great guests. We've got Joe Paris. Now, his YouTube channel is getting dangerously close to 200,000 subscribers, so make sure you check him out. We got John Vibes. John is one of the writers here at BitBoy Crypto and an NFT expert. We also have Tom Crown. Now, Tom Crown just put out a video about altcoin gains for this week, so you're going to want to check it out, and it happens to be one of the first things we're going to talk about tonight. And last but not least, it is Stash, and I just found out he sold his Pokemon collection twice.
You're wrong. It's Magic cards, you stupid. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Weak.
Close. You're not
hold
nerdy enough,
hold
bro.
up,
I know you're trying to get with the nerd vibe with the rest of us here.
No,
but
man,
you
I
suck
can't.
at it.
I can't nerd with you guys. Like, I just can't nerd like that. That's just impossible. Anyway,
That's how gamers
yeah,
do it.
I biffed that one. Jeez Louise. Anyway, we got a great show for you tonight. If it's your first time watching Around the Blockchain, you'll notice everybody's got a little score down in the bottom of their box. If you're in the live chat, make sure you hit a +1 if you like what they're saying. We'll give them some points. And at the end of the show, whoever's got the most points is going to leave us with some little bit of parting words. Before we get into the show, we're also going to feature like a new beginning of the show today. So typically what we do is we run through 3 segments. We're going to change that up. We're going to do 2 question and kind of go through like what we normally do, but we're going to start the show out with a lightning round. And we will get to that shortly. What you're going to talk about today is Bitcoin and ETH weekend pump, and then Maxie's chime in on the Elon stock tweet. All right, I want to get into the show, but before we do that, let's just check some market watch really quick. Let's see, we got the global crypto market cap at 2.8 trillion, a 3.88% increase over yesterday. If you like crypto and you've been following along, Bitcoin had a fantastic weekend. Yesterday was a very nice day to see us get back closer to that all-time high. Hopefully it'll happen in the next 24 hours or so. We got ETH coming in at 4,700, a little bit over. We want to see that thing get to 5K soon. I know it's got the legs to do it. We all have been waiting for it. And let's see what happens there. Binance Coin having a really good week as well, up 18.73%. Solana in the number 4 spot. Let's see. Let's check some of the big gainers. Wow, Loopring up almost 60%, 24 hours. KuCoin shares, now KuCoin token, 19.45%. Basic Attention token, almost 18%. Litecoin, big day for Litecoin, 11.5%. Do we want to talk about losers? Let's just see who the biggest loser is. Cadena. And then Axie Infinity, interesting. Anyway, we don't like to spend too much time on the losers. Oh, this is Around the Blockchain. We're going to have a good show today. All right. Before we get in, let's make sure if you are watching this, you like the video. If you're in the live chat, pop out just real quick, hop back in, hit that like. Also, go down in the description and like all of the content and channels. Subscribe to these guys because they are working hard for you to bring you the best information in this crypto space. All right, let's get into the lightning round for today. This is something a little bit different. We've not done this before, so we'll see how it goes. If we need to use the timer, we can. It's a 10-second timer. But really, what I want to know, and what the folks at home want to know is, what are your top 2 altcoin picks to pump this week? Joe Paris, let's start with you, bud.
Ruthless J, thank you again so much for being on the show. Really appreciate it. And I'm going to go real quick here. Honestly, I think XRP, number 1. I know that there's a lot of controversy still, but that one to me, the top 10 altcoins has the most upside potential to run. So I'm looking at XRP, and I made a video about this and a bunch of other altcoins. So if people are interested, definitely check it out. But I just bought personally $30,000 worth of XRP, full transparency, and just wanted to get that out there. Number 2 is going to be one that comes out on Wednesday. It's actually a brand new cryptocurrency. It is called Pulse Pad. Now, Pulse Pad is going to be an incubator or launch pad for the Pulse Chain network, which hasn't even launched yet either. And so a lot of speculation, a lot of hype. I could see this one doing some very big multiples if you're able to get into the public sale. So those are my 2 rapid fire altcoins for you, and excited to see what everybody else has to say.
Joe Paris, I love it. I love it, oh man. All right, John Vibes, we are just going to go down the line, so you can take it away for the number 2 spot here. What are your top 2 altcoins for this week?
All right, so first I would say Loopring, which is one of the biggest risers today, you just said, but there's actually a specific reason for that. there have been a whole bunch of rumors that I think are fairly substantial that they're going to be releasing an NFT project with GameStop, and apparently some kind of news is coming about that in the next couple days. So if that happens, that's going to be massive. Another one is Luxo, or LYXE, because I think it's like an underlooked metaverse play right now. I sold all of mine when it was low to buy a bunch of illiquid JPEGs, so I'm probably going to see it pump like crazy and miss out, but it is what it is. So those would be my two picks.
They always pump when you sell them. Always. That's just the name of the game. All right, Tom, what you got for us?
Whew, man, a week. What is going to be up in a week? That's a hard question. I'm going to go with my favorite, my bread and butter. Litecoin's having a strong day today. It's at macro resistance. Just need to see a move hold above 227. So I'll go with Litecoin. What am I going to take for number 2? Man, this market is hot and cold right now. I think BAT has some upside potential. Not exactly my favorite coin. I featured it today in my video as well. I'll just go with BAT. Basic attention token.
There we go. I wish more people use the Brave browser. I say that. I don't even use it myself. I had higher expectations, but I should. Maybe I'll get into it.
It's the best browser. The coin, well, you can say whatever. The browser, it's an amazing browser.
Okay. I like that they block all that stuff for you. All right, Stash. What are your 2?
2 top picks for this week. So I'm gonna go. So first round, I'm gonna go with one that's super underrated right now, and that is the Immutable X token, IMX. The token just launched not too long ago. This is the platform token for the Immutable X platform, and I mean, Immutable X, man, they've done a great job with really launching their product and being what I consider really the #1 scaling solution for Ethereum out there. I really think they're going to overtake Polygon, and they have tons of massive projects coming to Immutable X. Everybody I've been talking to in the NFT space on Ethereum is saying, we're going with Immutable X. They just launched TikTok NFTs. That was huge, and they got, like I said, a bunch of other really successful NFT projects on top of the fact that lots of gaming projects want to use them as well. So IMX is my first pick, and right now it's a really good buying opportunity because it had some FOMO when it first launched, and it's kind of settling out right now, which is great in this type of market. So you know there's going to be a lot of room for growth. Number 2 is Theta. Theta Network has been one of my long-term holds. Love being on Theta TV, which is a part of the Theta project as well. And right now, Theta is up a little bit, but the thing is that we're seeing many coins in the top 25 or 50 approaching some pretty big all-time highs. Theta is still about 50% down from their all-time high of $14. I think it's about $7.50 right now. So they're about 50% down from that all-time high. There's a lot of room for growth there. You know they can hit that number again, especially in this type of bull market. So I think those numbers are coming pretty big here and pretty quickly for Theta.
Well, I have to say you did impress me with your ability to extend a lightning round, but great picks nonetheless. I wrote down a couple.
That was fast, man. That was fast for you. What are you talking about?
I know.
The information quickly and concisely, and bam, I should have 3 points. What's going on here, guys? Come on.
Well, everybody only got 1 point for all their picks, but let me tell you what, I did write some down.
I'll
give everyone else a
pick a crappy coin like Ripple.
BJ, put Stash at 0. All right, let's get into the topic for today. Yeah. The first topic we're going to talk about today is Bitcoin and Ethereum mixing it up over the weekend. Now, Bitcoin tested 67K, which is the recent all-time high, and then ETH hit a new all-time high of 47.95. ETH is continuously stair-stepping dramatically, while Bitcoin will pump and then become stagnant. Stash, nice point total there. What caused the move on Sunday?
To be perfectly honest, I have no idea. Nobody knows, man. Nobody really honestly knows what the hell causes moves like this. I mean, on the weekend, I will say that, I feel like there's more retail investors that are focusing on some of these things on the weekend. They have a little more time. They're hanging around. It's Sunday. You're sitting around with maybe you're reading a newspaper still. I don't know, man. But you're sitting around and you got your coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I'm sitting in front of my screen and you're looking at charts, looking at numbers. Or maybe you're on the shitter. I like to do that sometimes too, man. I pull up my phone while I'm sitting there taking a crap in the morning on Sundays, just relaxing, dude. That's the new form right there, right? Versus like having a magazine in in the bathroom. You got your like you're looking at the charts, going through, scrolling, and buying things on your mobile app, right? I mean, how many people here are using a mobile exchange or mobile debts at this point? I think a lot of people, man. And so those buys are made at locations like that. It's as kind of funny as it may sound. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure what caused that pump, not actual pump, but I mean, I would say that is a good time for retail investors to be looking at this. And we've had a little bit of a downtrim from an all-time high, and I think it's time to get back to some new ATHs.
I love that. I would absolutely agree with you. Some of my best thinking and some of my best crypto buying and trading from the throne.
It is true. How many people here, if you on this panel, raise your hand if you've ever bought crypto while you were on the toilet on a mobile app?
Absolutely.
I know. Come on, wait, Joe,
Absolutely.
come on, man.
Come on, man.
I'm an honest guy. Honestly, I have never done that. And not to
I don't trade on
interject here, not to interject here, but I do think that why the price is actually pumped up on the weekend is I think some whales actually ended up buying. And typically, when whales end up buying, especially for Ethereum and Bitcoin, that's kind of when like the market actually moves, because you really need a lot of money to do it, and a lot of like trading doesn't really happen on the weekends typically. And so I thought I read somewhere that a couple whales definitely moved the price up a little bit. So I don't know if they took profits from other coins that have been pumping, but that was just what I heard.
But like retail whales, right? We're not talking about like institutions or hedge funds or larger, type of companies. We're talking about more like individuals, right?
Correct. Yes.
Well, someone bought. The price went up, right? I think we might be able to throw some quantifiable stuff at it. We're seeing Bitcoin leave exchanges. At a huge pace. That's been a trend that's been going on now for a while. I think that's a reason. Taproot upgrade is getting closer, and we're heading towards the end of the year. And historically, Q4 has tended to be the large, volatile quarter in the year. Yeah. So, I mean, why is the question everyone wants to know? But there's never a real answer. It's someone bought, someone sold.
Definitely a speculation question. Tom, I will follow with what you just said with another question then. Now, do you think, and you just said, as we get to the end of the year, typically we see, in a bull market, the end of the year is hot, especially November going into December, and that's like right where we are. Do you think that we're going to see a lengthened cycle, or do you think that it's going to be like huge parabolic moves in like the next months, and then, as we know, at the end of the year, it'll shut down? Or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's a really popular thought, the lengthening of cycles. I think that there's definitely sound logic behind it. The very first cycle of Bitcoin is very quick. I think I agree with BitBoy who's not here. So I think it is tied to the halving. So I'm not sold on the lengthening cycle theory. We haven't seen it necessarily yet. If it comes, I'll accept it and I'll improvise. But at this point, I'm saying just stick to what we know, stick to what we've seen until proven otherwise. That's a lot of my analysis.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Stick to what you know. John, in thinking about all these things and watching the market caps and everything grow, do you think this cycle, or is it next cycle, that we'll see Ethereum flip Bitcoin?
Well, I hope it's this cycle, because I think it would be a lot healthier for the market overall, because you have all these applications and stuff built on top of Ethereum, and I think it makes it a little bit different as far as a bear market is concerned, especially when we're looking at what we went through in 2017. A lot of what happened there is like Bitcoin was not ready for the masses, and there wasn't really anything going on Ethereum except for CryptoKitties. So, people overall lost all faith. They thought it was going to zero, and they just piled out of it. And now we're kind of in a different situation where there are all these things that people can do, and like people's identities and their lives and things are wrapped up in people that aren't even working in crypto, like with NFTs and things like that, and games. I don't think gaming is going through a bear market. And if we are going to be going into this play to earn model, sure, there's going to be rises and falls and valuations, but I just don't think that we're going to be sitting there for a year or two wondering if this industry has failed. which happened in the last bear market. I don't think we're going to see a bear market like that again. But yeah, and the response to the cycles, I think we might be seeing shortening cycles, and that might sound crazy, but like I think we're going to be going through shorter bull and bear markets.
I agree with you. And like one of the things that I personally, and you know, everybody's kind of got their own opinions and you formulate your own speculations on some things. But you know, with the bear market, I don't know if we'll see another 80 to 90% drop. You know, I think that there's too much money in it. There's too much institutional money. Now, obviously, a lot of these institutions, you know, they've got shareholders or people that they're responsible and need to get money back to them. I just don't know if we're going to see that as significant of a drop as we've seen in the past. I hope we don't. But I kind of also hope that we do, so that if you're in a position to do a nice big scoop, you can, you know, double or triple your stack. So I guess we'll just kind of see where all that goes. Joe, talking about all this again, we're staying on the same subject, obviously. But would you think that lowering the gas fees for Ethereum and with the burn rate that they're experiencing, that it is going to that could be the cause for a new parabolic pump for Ethereum later this year?
Well, I think the gas fees are obviously not very favorable, especially for the average retail user. I was thinking about making a transaction literally just a few hours ago, and it was like $80, and I was just like, you got to be kidding me. This is just no fun. And so I didn't make the transaction, like honestly. And like I have, you know, I'm fortunate and blessed enough to have the money to actually make that transaction. But I'm sitting here like, no, I just won't do it. There's something about me that just will not do it. And so I think that Ethereum is just going to run its own race. I think that people are still going to buy it, and they're still going to continue to keep holding on to it. I think that Ethereum, being the #2 cryptocurrency right now, is not going anywhere. And I truly do believe that $5,000 is just around the corner. But Ethereum is one of those that like kind of just slowly makes its way up, and then all of a sudden, bam, right? So we saw this earlier in the year where Ethereum was kind of crawling. It took forever. I know Ben was always, you know, talking about, you know, by Valentine's Day, you know, ETH was gonna, you know, make a certain price, right? And it didn't take till Easter, right? And then all of a sudden, ETH woke up and was at 43, 4,400 before we knew it, and it kind of got everybody by surprise. And so I like Ethereum. I definitely think that, you know, even with the fees and everything that's happening, people are still going to buy it. The institutions are here for it. And, you know, there's so much bullishness around just the entire ecosystem and now the burning that's happening. Yes, I'm definitely bullish on Ethereum. But yeah, I mean, as soon as ETH 2.0 rolls out, and obviously the gas fees, hopefully those continue to trend lower. But again, if you're brand new to this, just understand what you're getting into. And there are other options as well if you're looking to make some of these transactions.
Absolutely. I think if ETH doesn't solve the ETH transaction fee and the gas fee soon, that may be bad news for it. We'll say nail in the coffin. So we'll hopefully that'll all change, and you know, obviously, but as the price goes up and you get more people interacting, I think the network clogs itself and makes the fees go even higher. I've said this before on the show. I think for our fantasy football team, for the office here, it was like a $20 buy-in or whatever it was. But for me to move that $20, it was a $50 fee. It just didn't even make sense. So,
yeah,
anyway,
no,
all right,
it's really unfortunate.
Let's get on to the next topic. Before we do that, if you haven't done so already, please like this video. Exit out of the chat if you're in it. Just hit like and then come right back. We promise we'll be here when you get back. Let's see. It looks like we've got 5,100 viewers with less than 1,000 likes. Come on, these guys are working hard for you. Get them a little bit, squad love. All right, next topic, we are going to be talking about the Bitcoin maxis want Elon to sell Tesla stock and buy Bitcoin. Of course they do. Elon tweeted a poll asking Twitter if he should sell off 10% of his Tesla stock. This comes in response to Janet Yellen and others in the government talking about taxing unrealized gains, which that makes zero sense. Let's see, Joe, we'll start you off with this one. Do you think that Elon would really sell if the poll stays where it's at?
Yeah, so I did some research into this, and I think he has to for tax reasons, right? Like, he has a really pretty massive tax bill, and so you don't want to be messing around with not paying your taxes, right? And so for anybody that's watching us here in crypto and anything, please make sure to, you know, take care of your taxes and consult a professional on those. But no, I definitely do think that he's going to. He put a poll out there. It's over 57%, I think, at the time that we're watching this, and he's going to follow through with it. The price has definitely gone down a little bit. What he decides to do is completely up to him. But yeah, I think we'd all like to see anyone buy more Bitcoin, and I know Elon has an interesting name here on this channel. I know that not everyone is necessarily a fan, but he does hold a significant amount of Bitcoin, and overall, I definitely do think that anyone who's looking into Bitcoin and for any reason, you're definitely on the right track. So that's kind of my take as to what's happening with Elon and what's going to be happening with Tesla.
Absolutely. Tom, now do you think that if him selling off, and he's vocal about it and transparent in the public, sells off 10% of his Tesla stock, could that crash that market?
I mean, we've seen Elon Musk mess with markets before. I remember maybe a few years ago, I think he tweeted like short Tesla, like just weird stuff. I've been the biggest fan of Elon. I've been not the biggest fan of Elon. He's fallen somewhere in the middle for me now. I totally believe he'll go through with it. It does not strike me as a thing that he's not going to follow through with. He had a lot of votes. He put it out there publicly. So I think he'll follow through with it. I am about as close to a maximalist as you can get while still having other coins, and I don't have high hopes that he's going to take that money and put it into Bitcoin. I think that's maybe getting our hopes up a little quick. I think what Joe said is probably on point there. It's more likely related to taxes. As much as I would love for him to just throw all that money in Bitcoin, I'm not going to hold my breath. Could it spark a sell-off in Tesla? Sure. I mean, he holds a large percent of it. That if he market orders it, I'm not exactly sure how billionaires and their giant hoards of money even are able to exit like that. But I know they have to disclose it, so maybe that's part of it. Don't get your hopes up with that Elon Musk selling going into a coin. I think that the odds of that are very low.
Yeah, that was doing that with the profits, getting into Bitcoin was pretty much the next thing I was going to come up with. So Stash, I'm going to come to you on this question. Max Kaiser and Bitcoin pseudo Maxi Michael Saylor chimed in and said that Elon should be buying Bitcoin with his Tesla profits. Now, Stash, you think these guys are making sound arguments? I'll let you answer that first, and then I'll follow it up.
I mean, I think it's a sound argument. If he's going to sell, I think this is just a little bit more of Elon having a little bit more fun with his social media. The basis for this tweet was that there's Yellen and a bunch of other people are calling for taxation on unrealized gains. That would mean that people who hold stocks and crypto and assets like houses and things that have appreciated significantly, they're going to have to pay tax on it every year for holding it without selling it. Now, this is even though they're talking about it now, it's not something that's going to happen anytime soon. So, do I really feel like this is really rooted in like something that's going to be immediate? I don't. Do I think it's great advice to diversify and take a certain percentage if you're not already holding a position in Bitcoin, to diversify and do some of that? Yes, I do, and I think that more CEOs and large, corporate players. Like individuals, right, should be looking at doing something like that. I mean, even if you're not a large, individual, like large, wealth, wise, you should be looking at doing that. I think that it makes a ton of sense. So I think it's solid advice no matter who you are. I don't think it's advice that Elon would ever take just because I think he's trolling once again.
So, okay, so the follow-up question on that is, do you think that they were suggesting that he buys the Bitcoin in order to pump their bags and chase some clout?
I mean, of course, once again, if Elon's posting this tweet for clout, like I think he's doing, just another, he's taking advantage of something that's going on that is wide sweeping and that he can, get some more points for, right? I mean, I don't know that he's actually going to do this. And then you got some clout chasers who are like, they see that he's doing this and they want to jump on that boat too. They're bandwagoning. They're like, hey, you know what? Well, let me put my 2 cents out here and. So I can jump aboard because it just gives you as kind of a online influencer personality another thing to just talk about and be quoted on, just like what we're doing here right now. This was their master plan. It was to get us to talk about this on Around the Blockchain. They were successful. You guys are all pleased. Go back.
Yeah, we did get the call earlier from Kaiser
They
people
called
that
it
said,
in. They're like, all right.
we need you guys to talk about this. Tom, I'll ask you the next question. Now, say for whatever reason Elon sells his Tesla and he wants to wrap his profits into crypto, Bitcoin aside, what would be the most beneficial project for him to inject a bunch of money into for the space, the ecosystem as a whole?
Well, I think at his size, really, Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be your only options. Just pure liquidity. If he were to take that money, throw it into whatever your favorite coin is out there, unfortunately, you can't throw billions into something, with a billion-dollar market cap. You're going to end up with slippage. For the really big investors, the only way they're getting in or out if they want direct exposure to coins is Bitcoin and Ethereum. As much as I love some other stuff, it just doesn't have the liquidity. So I think what maybe would make the most sense is, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum, but then taking smaller amounts and creating small positions, which is actually kind of what we preach on our channel anyway, when it comes to investing to diversify. He's going to have to really strategically do that. It's not going to be something like you and I can do where we just go market order in. I think BTC and Ethereum are really the only answers.
Could you imagine the fees on a $1 billion market order? That'd be insane. That would be crazy.
I mean, I guess you could do it OTC anyway. It's always a weird question when it comes to really big money because they're playing by different rules. We don't have to worry about the same things.
So I was gonna say, to jump in there real quick, Michael Saylor, the way he did this was he did do something like that. It wasn't one big order, but he essentially, did, I think it was like an algorithm where he bought, all this Bitcoin over a certain amount of time, systematically, right? And you would think like, why aren't we, shouldn't you be going OTC? But I mean, maybe that there's a play in there too. But you're right, like doing like one big fat market order would be kind of interesting. What happens? $1 billion.
It'd be fun.
Yeah,
I think we'd all be going crazy. John, I'm gonna bring this question to you now, sir. Everything that we're talking about here with Elon Musk, with Max Kaiser, Michael Saylor, everybody talking about Bitcoin, selling off, getting crypto going, is this all playing into the narrative from the SEC that crypto is just a big game and it's planned to wreck the small investor?
Yeah, I think that they really don't help a whole lot with a lot of this, for sure, because usually those kind of figures are what draw attention to the space. Like we saw with when Zuckerberg got into crypto, then that was when the Congress started freaking out about stablecoins and everything. And I'm sure that they will have their eye on the metaverse now too because of what he's doing. And so like all these people that are in the public eye, they're playing this game where they're trying to get as much attention as possible. And in order to do that, they need to push the envelope and do things like this. And that ends up kind of, just creating this disastrous situation for everybody else. Because now when Gary Gensler, has his next, attack on crypto, he's going to put issues like this on his list of complaints or his list of evidence, for things that we're doing wrong. And these people aren't even really technically a part of our space. Of course, Max Kaiser and Michael Saylor are, but I wouldn't really consider Elon Musk to be. And the fact that they're trying to get him back involved, even more so after what happened a couple months ago, is like kind of crazy. Like they must have really short memories, because I think they were the ones who were on stage at that Bitcoin conference saying, like, having very harsh words for him that I'm probably not allowed to say on the channel,
Let's go. Don't swear, but what were they talking about?
Well, they were chanting. They didn't. Max Kaiser and Michael Saylor start the F Elon chat or the F Elon chant at
Bitcoin 2021
in Miami. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like now here they are a couple months later, like trying to rope him back into everything. It's so weird.
I told you, clout chasers, man. They just want a little something. They're just looking to chase a little clout and then get their names out there a little bit more. And you're right, Elon's not really part of our thing. He's just been kind of playing with us too, man. He's been messing with our emotions this whole damn time. You guys know this?
Yeah, don't mess
Next thing
with
he's
our
gonna be talking about
emotions.
Shiba.
No, Oh, that's the coin that should no longer be named, I think. You get you don't want to deter somebody away from making an investment, and you're up to everybody should make their own investments and do manage your own risk. But to me, I think the sheep had its chance. Now it's got to find the next one. So if you know the next sheep, let us know. Drop it in the chat.
I don't give a shit about all that.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah. A ship. There you go. Well, good joke. That takes it for you then, there, Stash. I like when jokes win the day. So that does it. That's all the questions that I was given to ask you guys. So Stash, that means that you can leave us with some parting words today.
Oh my God, I'm the winner! Yeah, so I'm in agreement with kind of some of the stuff we talked about here earlier. When it comes to these cycles, bear markets, bull markets, make sure that you guys are staying safe. Having a plan is important, whether the cycle is going to be longer or shorter. Understanding what that play is, and going with gaming assets and gaming focused NFTs and gaming focused projects can't hurt. There, like you said, we're not in a gaming bull market, bear market. That is a macro bull market if I've ever seen one. So invest in gaming stuff. Get out there and play.
I'll join you for the nerd thing just really quick. I too believe that gaming will bring blockchain and crypto absolutely more mainstream than we'll ever see. But that's my opinion. We'll see how it goes.
Ruthless.
There we go. All right, well, this was a great episode. I had a great time chatting with you guys. Remember, down in the description are links to all of their channels. Make sure that you go check out their stuff and subscribe if you have not done that already, because, again, they work hard every single day to bring you the best crypto entertainment, edutainment, and information. All right, that'll do it for this episode of Around the Blockchain. We'll be back tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Eastern. Until then, take care of one another. Have a good night.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of Bitcoin, the largest and greatest crypto community in all of the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money and you like crypto, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button. Oh gosh, I gotta turn this volume down here on my iPad. Give me 1 second here. That way we can. I'm gonna try to watch the chat here. I gotta figure out how to mute this real quick. Oh my gosh, we're having a live disaster here. Live disaster. I didn't know. Where's the volume on this? Frank, can you figure out how to turn that volume off?
Who'd have thought?
All right, guys.
You'd want to hear yourself twice.
You're hearing me twice. Oh, I don't. I hate hearing myself twice. That's the worst. All right, guys. Every single day we come to you live at 11:39 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. I'm currently in Las Vegas. I did successfully make it through day one of the World Series of Poker main event. So coming to day two, which is tomorrow, a little less than my starting stack. I was crushing it, and then made some bad mistakes. What really got me thrown off is we started talking about. That's when it all went south for me. When people they were talking about the Bitcoin and the Ethereum all-time high price. Now these are people that don't really even watch them. They don't even know who I am. Imagine being in crypto and not even having an idea of who the biggest community is or the biggest channel. And it's so crazy that there were so many people at the table that were talking about crypto, and they had no clue that I was even there. which is good. Well, I always think that's fascinating because that just means there's so much potential for our channel to continue to grow.
Just sent
So,
you a message.
really good stuff, but guys, let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about. Bitcoin and Ethereum crushing it. Ethereum setting new all-time highs. Bitcoin itself is also crushing it. It was almost at $67,000. Right now it's at $66,100. As you guys can see right here. Huge pump last night. Kind of came out of nowhere. What did you think about it, TJ?
I was all about it. I've been waiting for that big pump, that Sunday night pump for a while. So getting it finally was nice. You know, we talked about it a little bit on Friday, both DZ and I, with the big Ethereum options expiring on Friday. There was a lot of open interest that was wrapping up, and looks like we finally got the move we were looking for. So I'll take it.
Yeah, a lot of people are expecting 70,000 very soon. Some people are calling for 80,000 in the next few weeks. Jeb was this morning talking about how he thinks it could go all the way to 90,000 by the end of the month. Which, Plan B's prediction is 98,000. A lot of people just say like they can't see it happening. Where's the money coming from? But the money, yeah, we're almost at $3 trillion on market total market cap. We're at 2.881 on CoinMarketCap right now, according to their numbers, as you can see right there. Now, CoinGecko actually has it at over $3 trillion. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say it did hit 3 last night at least.
On CoinGecko, it did not hit it on CoinMarketCap. It topped out at 2.886. So CoinGecko, and people might want to wonder why that is. It's because CoinGecko has a larger assortment of coins on it than CoinMarketCap does, and so you can see like there's over $1 trillion worth of coins that are listed on CoinGecko that are not listed on CoinMarketCap, and there may also be something to do with some of the volume. Maybe they don't count some of the trading numbers. CoinMarketCap doesn't count. Like I know they don't count. I don't think they count Hex's market cap on CoinMarketCap. And I'm not sure if that's the top 200. I don't know exactly where they pull all those numbers from. But yeah, we're going to cover that story in a little bit. We're going to look at 3 trillion. So don't want to spoil that one too much. Guys, don't forget we are at 1.36 million subscribers here. So thank you to everybody for joining the Bit Squad. We are at 652,000 here on Twitter. On Instagram, we are at 329,000. Is that the latest number? Is that right? I don't know if that's right. Let's see. Is that right?
This will probably be a lot easier just to...
No, I'm sorry. We're at 330 now.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that Legends, and I put $5 on it right now. I gotta go pay it off though. But I picked up both of the Diamond and Pearls. Yes, sir.
Up with like a launch pad and an ecosystem too. Pundi seems like they're just kind of dead. It's not making any traction. And they're going to make crazy returns on their Bitcoin buys. We better do it too, right? Especially since gold has not moved in the last 12 years. So this is what's happening, guys. This is not made up, right? All the news that we heard back in 2017, 18, 19, 20, they're leading up to 2021, and everything that we thought would be, would come true is now happening, okay? And soon, you're going to have other asset managers, funds, VCs, they're going to say, yeah, we decided to buy Bitcoin, whether they sold gold or they just want to add to their balance sheet or reserve, whatever, it's coming. This is why Bitcoin is going higher. This is why every single metric out there in terms of reserves and wallets and holdings and profit and everything else is heading higher and looking better. Well, not the reserves. The reserves is dropping, but you get my point, right? Reserves is dropping because the buys are increasing. So things are just looking really good. Things are looking really, really good.
Well, I'm hopping between podcast right now because I was trying to remember which one I was listening to. This one just came on. It's live right now. That's Cryptos R Us was the last one. I forgot what I was just watching. But if anything, bro, you should listen to Invest Answers and Digital Asset News.
Things are too, which is really good. Ethereum is also on fire. Solana is a little bit weak today. It's actually, we saw Bitcoin shooting up to it hit 67k, the previous all-time high. We just added 800 points in minutes. Now Ethereum is up, also price discovery mode, new all-time high.
They're on YouTube.
What else? Solana weak. Let's check all the other cryptos, and
then
well, let's not look at that one.
They're pretty heavy on Twitter too.
Whoa, this one's tanking hard. Not my fault. Not my fault. I take no responsibility for that. Litecoin VeChain.
Yes, bro. Have you seen my Litecoin?
Phantom.
It's just like at 240 right now. How is? I hope you're in Providence right now, my guy.
Everything is on fire right now. But I just want to check in with you all and see how you're doing. We're here to watch Bitcoin, the biggest beast of all. It looks like it's shot up and taking you a little breather. So with that, I'm going to see how everybody is doing. We're going to watch this carefully, and especially all the other action happening all over the place, which is quite startling. And make sure I can pull up the chats. Pop out chat so I can see you guys at the same time. You don't want to see me. Okay, pop this back. You can tell it's really live TV. Alright, so here we are. Hey, Crypto Hippo, etc. First of all, hope everyone's doing fantastic. When 70,000? First question. At this rate, I pinged somebody on Discord earlier saying it looks really, really strong. This could be a great evening. From where we are right now, 68k to 70k is nothing. That could happen before midnight Pacific tonight, easily, if not sooner. The interesting thing is, MotoJB, how are you, buddy? The interesting thing about these times is anything can happen. We don't know where the price could go because there's no sell walls, there's no sell limits. It's price discovery, and it also makes people FOMO in. Mark CCH, thank you. I don't know where that symbol is from. But yeah, it is crazy. Michigan Beach Sunset, all-time high. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's another token. Yeah. Let's see. Somebody asked, even Cardano is moving. Let's find out. Everything is moving. I know Charles was streaming earlier today. Yeah, Cardano's up nice. Somebody asked me yesterday, should they sell? I said, no. This is the worst time to sell Cardano. Hold it, hold tight, and wait. But there's a couple of other little things I just want to show you guys. And again, this is really rough and ready, but here, oh, I don't even have it ready. But apparently, the Banco Santander in Spain is going to launch an Bitcoin ETF as well. The other cool thing that's happening right now is Bitcoin market cap is gunning. It's less than 10% away from silver's market cap, so that could happen real fast as well, which is awesome. And that would make Bitcoin the 5th largest asset on Earth. It overtook Tesla not too long ago, a few hours ago, and now it's gunning for silver as well. So that is kind of the world we live in right now. Let's look at what the biggest movers are today upwards. So another way to look at Bitcoin action is up $4,300 today. That's a big move. Just think about people that own 100 Bitcoin. They make $500,000, you know, in a very short amount of time. So crazy time to be alive. Let me see, Ethereum, has that stopped? You know, they spike up 1,000 points, and then they probably go up again. So we'll see. I want to see that you guys have it on your lines as well. Let me see. End of year target for Algorand.
Two Punch Man.
Algorand is one of those that I still own. But let me pull up I can't even pull it up here. It's not on this computer because I've got my Google security locked down.
Everything
This
is green except ETH
exclusively for
Classic.
streaming.
Yeah,
don't have
I
the
got rid of
background
my
target in
ETC
my
a long
head
time
right
ago.
now,
I've been
I'm
trying
afraid,
to.
so not gonna. I don't want to
I've
give you
been
the wrong
wanting to
information,
accumulate
but I'll have it next
now,
time.
since it's been like stuck at this.
Thoughts
50.
on Solana conference? I haven't even been tracked.
I
haven't tracked
sold
that yet.
ETH way too early.
You should pump typically,
No.
but sometimes it's buy the rumor, sell the news, as we saw.
I think it's gonna
at
go
the
up to like
Cardano
$8,000.
Matic should be moving.
I
I'd
just
be very
barely
surprised
got
if
my
it's
mom
not.
into crypto.
Let's have a quick
And
look at Matic.
I wish I got her in sooner.
It is. You know, some things are just
So-
languishing. If we
It's
saw
okay-
everything
it's
by
okay to
the
buy it now.
non-performers
It's okay.
today,
It's always
Hex,
okay.
Cardano, Kusama. I have a little Kusama.
I'm just holding, bro. Honestly,
Engine.
I think
Engine
everything's
tanked,
such
but
that
been
it's
on
baby
fire the
form.
last-
It's
tripled
probably
in
just
the
best
last
to
month.
hold for like
So
a
that's
year
to
or
be
two.
expected.
Oh no.
The meme coins are falling. Happy is falling. Solana is falling. Well, half of 1%. When we start going into the break-even territory, Litecoin's gonna fall. That's
I was just saying, like, it's okay, my guy.
those beaching bag.
we all sell early.
And let me see, Chainlink. Let's have
Honestly, everything's in its infancy, so I think I just want to hold for like a good 1 to 2 years, and then probably I'll start really selling. Now that I have some extra income, I'm gonna start just pouring everything into the crypto space.
Mr.
Oh, I missed! I'm terrible. Basement?
It's a big stretch. But let's zoom out. Try to identify. I did map up some extension lines. Here we are again, taking another move. Let's go. So if you look at this,
It's always this tree.
I always draw lots of little notes on my charts. So we were just talking about the Vito ETF future. Now, this is the month of November. Well, you can see one of my legs here for the extension did go to about 105. That was on here. We've got some catching up to do. So for this to happen, Bitcoin. We get somewhere to that 95,000 level. There, we go up. First, we compress this a little bit so you can see. This is the fun time. This is the Christmas day. It's hard to kind of see, so we zoom out so you get a
They can have that one.
this is and how we've come. So when I first drew these extension lines, if anybody wants to see how you draw them, they are over here. These guys.
Sons of
This is my
bitches.
Elliott impulse wave, 2245. That's how I draw this.
Touch my shit.
September. And this Elliott wave, and it's actually I drew it as well. So it's a little and we are now into auction because I did both test the effect and the depreciation of them. It's down about 1%, which is on par for expectation. Now, per this chart, back to the question of where we can go with Bitcoin, and I'm just riffing here, everybody. So this is scripted, this is prepared, and we have already nicely bounced off our support level, just slightly beneath it for a long time. Remember, the market is we are up and down 1%, which means any dip is bought, any hill manipulation is bought. Families, now we have broken out from previous all-time high, which is 66, and we just shot right through. So it's hard to see that little line potentially go up. The question is, can we hit that 95k, which is this green level in November? Possible, considering the move. That would be equivalent. Let's see what it is. The question is, could we do another $26,000 in 26 days? It's not good out. So we were here, $26,000. Take this here. So that would take us to 93,000, not 95,000. Could we do it again? Absolutely. And plan B has been so banging so far. So and then we'll take a breather after that, and then it's straight to north of 100K. So that's the chart. Let me see. Levy X, thank you so much for your sticker and your donation. We have so much goodness to do. Trish Hill, you're so kind, GT350. All the usual suspects. This is just supporting me. Sometimes I gotta give bad news out there. Always be honest with me. Happy boy. Nobody feels my bags. Nobody tells me to rank. People follow me to show. Stuff. I always say no. One. Something. My blueberries are the size of golf balls. Must be careful. You know what? Blueberries. Richard Brett, thank you so much as well. We're gonna do a midweek sponsorship. We get a chance because of this year. Chain link, please do some chain link. Pop it. Let's go to $70. And what else? You guys? The Australians are really, really, really generous because the Australian crew are always there. Let me know if you have any suggestions for Australian charities in need. And as otherwise, careful. Please choose a charity where the money goes directly to the thoughts on synthetics are killing me. I thought you were in meetings this afternoon. Invite from Steve Weisenberger. Yes, we like that, but it's been weak. A lot of stocks have been weak. Let's just switch gears. Let's look at Sync. Oh, it definitely kills on right here at 23. Yeah, that's a buy. Uniswap is another one. Let's check on Uniswap. Cents and a limit order to get out of it. It's a lot of inflation. But like I thought it actually shot up to 75 cents. That was back here. I think it was a Saturday. So you can actually place your limit orders to buy, also to sell. So what I've always done with equities is when you exit before you enter, make your plan and stick with it. That's probably the biggest Quant, that's from John. And Raheem K, thank you so much, you're very kind. Same with Jay Lee. Quant, I don't like as well. It didn't do well. Sean Mark, very kind of sir as well. Loop Ring is coming. If they resonate with you guys, let me know. They seem it takes a long time to dig into these things. And I think if I discover they're not worthy, basis, names we know. Harmony 1, Doge is Date is up. Set that is nice. Percentage returns. So sometimes I sort my stuff here. Thoughts on Mana? Yeah, the problem I have with Mana is for me, this is from Christian Cooks. It's already run and I can chase the books. Vegas 2 shooters, very kind as well. Roger Roberts, patrons of Silver just all I can see is save it as a favor in your browser and check it out. So it's been assigned places. We had a very, very low attrition at the first of the month. 2 people, 3 people dropped off, which is the lowest that's ever happened. So some months ago. Defin Logi, you said your interest before in Ari. Yes, this is the one that we are going to do next. As well as Radix. Let me know as well. It's hard to say. Just IDO. So let's do it. obviously out of the gate, some token economics issues, as some people do, but it depends how we let's see. Let's check back in on Bitcoin. Is it going to run to 68,000 while we're on the screen? It's a crazy day. Nervous network. This is one of the things that people have been looking for. Again, it's a lot more happening on and this whole new metaverse space is, if you think crypto's like the Wild West, metaverse is like the Wild West. So, but it really, really fascinating context too. Very difficult to value these markets, especially so infantile and the growth is so important. Samson, you are amazing too. Thank you for that. Thank you for your contribution again. Everything goes to charity. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh yeah, the people want to pump. That's good. Gifts at these things. With all the good you guys bring. Didn't pump out. Bitcoin fell like 30%. Anyway. People ever pump. Just one more watch. Oh, you are amazing. Guys, please. Overly generous, but really appreciate it. And love giving so I just want to celebrate with you all. Jam 2022. Well, here it goes. So Bitcoin's going to turn around. A little bit of the green candle you see there. It's a very, very actually, make sure these green candles actually something. This is a solid, safe metaverse play as well as a couple of others. Chili's, it's a very different Chili's. This list is much riskier. It's doing well. Again, Chili's, here's this one. Give me 25 cents, get out of 75 cents. When you get that, it's accelerating at that price. We'll see if it gets up. interesting one. I don't know if there's such a thing as an EV pussy, but if there is, I have a Tesla pussy. Rivian has built a car.
Come in outside.
Relevant skill. And helium, question is it worth it? It is if you mine it. Otherwise, I don't think so.
That was mine. Give it back.
So that was 30 minutes, guys. To work. Oh, thoughts on H-Bar. H-Bar is an interesting play. When I analyzed it, I thought, yes, it could do well if they get a couple of big CBDC type deals. But I'm not a big fan of the decentralization. I still own a little bit.
Yeah, it's okay to sell it and wait to
Doing very
re-up
well.
again.
Let's
Yeah.
have a quick look at that.
Just some R&D into some new coins and you'll be chilling.
Forward. So you can see here, beautiful, nice trajectory upwards.
Yeah, this Mario Party is kind of fire. I'm getting smoked right now. No.
How long it's going to continue?
I'll pick it up.
This would've been a nice place to
I'll pick it
sell
up this
H-Bar
weekend,
here.
and I'll
In fact,
play
what I'm gonna do
at work.
for another big charts like this, I'll add an alert.
I won't have any internet connection tonight.
When H-Bar hits
I don't
this
know the
level,
Wi-Fi to the
I'll be
place.
notified and I'll probably
I
sell
could
it.
probably figure it
So
out.
That's now it's time to start harvesting cash and getting
Let me
it.
just bring my Switch over.
Wheels break over. Thank you so much.
Maybe I'll hit you up maybe tonight if I figure out the password to the hotel,
The Rivian pickup is
or if they
nice,
give it to
but
me.
remember, looks aren't everything. And heart that's inside.
Play some Mario Party.
So, oh, you're too much. Everybody's too much. Playing with pastels. Damn easy. What is it with humans and Australians? They're loving crypto. And by the way, big hugs to everybody in Australia if they're in Western Australia and they're still on lockdown till I heard January next year. Sorry about that.
Oh, poor Jigsaw.
I hope they'll lift controls and let me go. So, anyway, with that, thank you, Preston, for being here, and the mods, Caligula, Preston, and K8, anybody else who's in here, and a big thank you for the donations. We love it. Thank you for the likes. And
Shit
Big
is
Apple's
tough,
here
bro.
too, the whole time. Anyway, let's have one quick.
Good smoked. You're just like Nintendo kids, bro. You know they be tryhards. Nintendo nerds.
It's taking a little dip up again too. So let's go to the 1 minute chart. Here we are. This thing is.
I think honestly, I think I seen a recent clip of some dude playing with his girlfriend, and he was tryharding against her. I was just like, damn. They're all roasting him in the comments though.
I want to thank you all for being here.
Come on,
Ed
bro.
Becker, you've been such a kind community. And
And Dan, Mario Party's always been serious in my house, so.
so I love you all. I'm going to hang up the phone now, and I'll see you all soon.
In this video, we're going to be doing a quick update. We do have new all-time highs for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Things are looking very bullish overall. We do have some altcoins surging as well. Litecoin finally.
Oh, yo,
catching
man,
up.
if
We're up 20%.
Check
So
out
this video, just a quick
this
update
cat
on
named
markets and some news. I do wanna talk about the launch
JRNY
of my
Crypto.
NFT set
Stands for
coming up.
Journey Crypto. And I want to get onto his NFT little project that he's popping out. I don't know if you start to watch his videos and just think he's cool, man, I think you should get into this project, or just cop one up for later if you want to trade. They're gonna be minting out soon. Litecoin waiting all year on this, yes. It's a whole different league, for real. I used to play this shit with my cousins when I was little. Yeah, like before, honest to God, before Xbox came out, we would just have Nintendo Smash Bros parties, and Mario Kart parties. Those were like the trilogy. And my older brothers and his friends would come over, and they would start betting money on it, bro. Like their allowances, 500 up to like $1,000 this one time. It was just like, you guys are wildin'. They even they spotted me a little bit of money, so I could just start betting amongst them. See who could cop out. Everybody, I've been too nice to everybody. Too nice. It's time for them to die. This bitch. Send me a link when you get a chance, please. Mario Kart for sure, wild shit. Never had the game, no. Yeah. But shit was always fun to play when I got a chance. It was always tight, bro. The early days were always fun.
Up very soon as well. So before we get started, I do want to remind you guys I'm donating 25 cents to charity and 25 cents back to the community for every new subscriber on the channel. So I do appreciate you guys subscribing and helping spread the word. So everything's looking pretty great in the crypto space. Everything up a few percent across the board. Bitcoin broke all-time highs. Ethereum broke all-time highs around the same time as well. We have BNB up to $650. We have Solana around $250. The only one that's not catching up here is Tether and Cardano right now. But I did a recent video on Cardano when I actually think that's going to start recovering. So besides that, surprisingly, we do have Litecoin up 18%, closing in on $250 right now, and we do have Avalanche at $90, getting very close to $100.
Resistance at 273, my guy. So if you wanted to,
that out. So very likely
I'm
that
still
Avalanche
picking up
will be
Litecoin
breaking
until
$100
I get out of my
soon,
Robinhood
especially
position,
Bitcoin
which is
testing
at 315.
$70,000.
So
that
Litecoin's
would be
gonna. I'm
crazy
gonna
seeing
be picking
Bitcoin
up
break
Litecoin all the way up
70,000
to
for the first time. We
$400.
also have Ethereum approaching 5,000 for the first time ever. And something else crazy
But that's
that
just me.
happened, crypto global market cap just broke $3 trillion for the first time ever as well. Things are looking great here, as you guys can see after the so with Bitcoin continuing in this uptrend, continuing to break previous all-time highs, it's looking more likely that Bitcoin will be back on that stock-to-flow model that we have been talking about since the beginning of 2020. So new all-time high renews faith in Plan B's prediction of $98,000 Bitcoin by December. So that's the low target as well as $98,000. Breaking $100,000 Bitcoin by the year. It could even happen
Probably
in
up
this
to
month
AV.
with the way that things can go in the crypto space, as you guys can see. And if we do get Bitcoin, we're going to be seeing some altcoins going parabolic, really much higher return on investment.
That hit me,
Bitcoin,
son of
which
a-
is always investing in the top cryptos, like we talked about in yesterday's video, with a higher risk, a higher reward. So with less risk in Bitcoin and Ethereum, since they're the top cryptos, everyone trusts them the most. It also takes much more money to pump those cryptocurrencies as well.
Everybody out.
Another very bullish article on Bitcoin. Analysts expect parabolic Bitcoin price move after the last resistance at $67,000. Looking good. So there's just one final resistance level, which was the sky is the limit at this point. So the bulls are in control and will probably remain as such by the end of the year. Bitcoin is definitely still in the cards. As you guys know, with how the crypto space acts, this can happen by end of week even. So we do have to keep that in mind. We can also crash at any point as well with some really bad news. So the squeeze is just beginning, and now that we did break previous all-time highs, there's no resistance left. Bitcoin is in price discovery mode. You can see the skyrocket in a short period of time. So where this actually lands, we have no idea. I do think there's going to be resistance at $70,000, of course. But beyond that, we could be jumping upwards to $80,000 very quickly, as we've seen in these last bull runs here, that it is comparing to historical fractions. So according to this, if history repeats, Bitcoin will be spiking above $200,000 very temporarily. Of course, I don't think this is going to repeat exactly the same, and going forward, I think things are going to be much different as well. I don't think we're going to get parabolic moves like we used to for Bitcoin, and then correct into extended bear markets for 3 to 4 years. And I do think we are going to continue getting bear markets here and there, but they're going to be much shorter as well. With so much mass adoption happening, I think just negative things with regulations Bitcoin into temporary bear markets, but I really don't think they're going to be lasting 3 to 4 years like they used to with previous cycles. So something big right now that's happening for mass adoption is all the major payment processors across the world. Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and other services, because this is the whether it's stable coins or cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and we do have news today breaking. MasterCard launches crypto-linked cards across Asia Pacific. And we're continuing to get news from MasterCard and Visa. Visa even bought a CryptoPunk NFT. So we do have accessibility to cryptocurrencies only increasing at a very rapid pace. At the same time, we have governments printing trillions of dollars, inflation. So everyone's looking for alternative solutions to store their money where they're not going to lose purchasing power on their savings, where they're actually going to gain purchasing power. That's where people want to put their money, and all of these payment processors are making that possible.
I don't know where Bill's at.
The more accessibility we get, the more people that will be able to invest in cryptocurrencies, the bigger the space will be overall. So that's pretty much it for the crypto news. I do want to quickly go over my NFT set, which is launching soon. So I will be launching the Discord chat as well as the website that will reveal the utility and more information about the NFT. Hopefully tomorrow, if not, then probably on Wednesday, but everything's looking good to go. We're just doing the final touches on this, and we do want to wait until gas fees do go down a bit before doing the actual mint. So the mint could be by early next week. It's really going to depend if the gas fees go down. Website.
Make it off.
So follow me over at JRNY Crypto. There will be links in the video description as well. Make sure it's my official account. Always
I
verify
need you
your
to get her.
sources
Get her,
before
actually,
you
yeah.
out there.
Go and get her. I forgot to put out a Mori.
Be very careful. Only follow links to my official Twitter and YouTube account and don't believe anything else. And I will be posting more information about the mint from my official Twitter account as well. So I'm excited to finally get all of this going and have you guys on the journey with me. I do have some big announcements I will be rolling out over the next couple of weeks. And everyone that does get this NFT, free NFTs in one, because having this NFT will be a mint pass to my next 2 sets, and I will be doing quarterly roadmaps for this as well. My team to deliver as much utility and value as possible to you guys. So really right off the bat, when you guys get the NFT, you will be able to enter the private channels, Discord, where I will be posting private NFT update videos, and you can chat with everyone else in the community as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to everything to come, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
If you've been following this channel for at least a year, you would know by now that the majority of my cryptocurrency wealth is stored in Ethereum. Not Cardano, not Chainlink, not Solana, not Polkadot, but Ethereum. And that is for good reasons. So today we're going to break down why my portfolio is allocated the way that it is, some other coins that I'm looking at, and why the strategy has performed so well. Now, as I've said, if you've been here for a while, you might know this already, but my portfolio is broken up into 2 parts. A HODL portfolio and a trading portfolio. That's a very simple split. 70% HODL, 30% trading. In that HODL portfolio, around 90% is allocated to Ethereum. There was a point when this allocation was much lower, around 60%. Bitcoin, but just over a year ago, I made an announcement that I would be selling most of my Bitcoin for Ethereum, and I did just that in hopes that Ethereum would outperform, which of course, very expected. Now, the 30% trading portfolio that I have here consists of pretty much every coin I've ever looked into, every invested in myself, I've spoken to you guys about, mentioned any low caps, micro caps, medium caps, all go swing trading, everything happens here. This HODL portfolio is hardly ever touched, except on some very rare occasions where I see a major opportunity upcoming, whether it's a huge news event, something that people are looking forward to, and I may dip into this HODL portfolio, but only slightly. Once that event has passed, or once that opportunity has passed, I can very quickly trade it back into my HODL portfolio. This trading portfolio is the one where all the chaos, all the madness, all the trading, all the speculation goes down. Now, that's what kind of person are you? What kind of investor are you? Investors invest in things and HODL and take them out, or do you like to trade? Are you a short-term trader? What's what do you like to do? Do you like to flip things? Do you like to trade between coins? Do you flip back over to USD? What do you do? These are all the things you have to take into account if you want to define what kind of person you are and what you look to gain from this market. Now, because I'm an active participant in this market, I have a HODL portfolio. That is where my wealth is stored. That is where my money goes. That is what I'm holding for the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. My trading portfolio is where I speculate. It's where I play. It's where I swing trade. If I lose money in this trading portfolio, it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt my family. It doesn't do anything to me. All my wealth is stored in this HODL portfolio. And now, if you are a trader, if you're someone in this market and you want to make short-term trading money, you need to have a HODL portfolio. If you don't, you're simply making a bad decision. Trading without any sort of backup plan, any nest egg, any HODL portfolio is a road to ruin unless you're very smart exactly what you're doing, which I don't believe anybody does. At this point, everyone is a speculator, everybody is trying to outperform somebody else, and there will never be one true winner. Of course, there will be some investors who others.
I wanted all 4 of them, but they didn't want to let me have it.
Right, and if you don't, you're simply a gambler. Now, to show you why my portfolio is allocated the way that it is, we're going to head over to CoinGecko and take a look at some of the cryptocurrencies here. Now, as I said, I trade most of my Bitcoin for Ethereum. The reason being is that, of course, Ethereum was going to outperform Bitcoin. You can see that here on the chart. If we expand back and we take a look at what Bitcoin has done over the past year or past 2 years, March 2019, $4,000, currently sitting at 60K. That's a major performance and major growth in US dollar terms. However, if we change this view, if we change it from US dollars, which is what it's currently set here to main, to ETH, and we measure Bitcoin's performance in Ethereum, you can see that there was a point, of course, where Bitcoin was outperforming Ethereum up until around the 4th of September 2019. But since that point, it has simply been depreciating against Ethereum, meaning losing value against Ethereum. Now, this is simple to understand, meaning that if you had simply held Ethereum instead of Bitcoin, you would have gained US dollar value. And this is the case with a lot of cryptocurrencies. One in particular that we're going to take a look at today is Chainlink. Now, Chainlink has had a lot of people complaining about it recently and not performing as much as other coins in the market, and people getting a little frustrated with it. But again, we need to zoom out.
Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So, Bitcoin finally did it. Bitcoin pumped to a new high, over $67,000, and ready to break 68,000.
Keep buying, my guy. Bring that average down.
So unbelievable news came out this afternoon, and let's talk about what that is, where Bitcoin's heading, and what the rest of the altcoins are doing. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams almost every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you hit that notification bell and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosAreUs.com. Brand new site. You don't want to miss it. And tonight I have a special guest, Mr. Walker. He does join me tonight, and we're going to have a lively discussion about all things crypto. So, welcome, 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 guys. You know, it finally did it. You know, it finally did. This morning, you know, things were coming up, and I told you guys just wait for it. Bitcoin was about to make a new high, and it pumped up, and it did. So we're at 67.4. We were high as 67.9, right? So we were right there at 68,000, but that's okay. That's okay. Bitcoin, in its mysterious ways, will move when it wants to. Okay, so we pumped up from 63,000 above 65,000. We held there for a few days, and now we are above 67. We have formed a brand new high, and just a few days ago, people were, you know, bitching to me that, hey, Bitcoin's not moving, what's going on? And I'm like, chill, take a chill pill, okay? We are above 61,000. We will be going higher, right? Just chill. And look at what happened since then, right? We're above and a brand new high, and overall market cap is, well, it was at $3 trillion. And it's not just Bitcoin. Ethereum formed a new high of 4,800, and several others have pumped up, you know, and everything's just doing well. Even Doge is going up today. Even out of all the coins out there, out of all the shit coins that went up, Litecoin also went up. However, I have a lot of cool Litecoin merchandise on my store, so in case you do like Litecoin. But I mean, today just a lot of things are up today, right? It's a very, very, very good day. So what's this huge news that pumped up Bitcoin today, right? What's this huge news? Well, before I get to that, I gotta pour myself a drink here. I poured a little too much. Probably can't get through this before I end the stream. All right, cheers. So the big news is this, and of course, CryptosAreUs.com broke this news. No, just kidding. But we were one of the first ones to report it. Jefferies, which is a $440 billion asset manager, okay, almost half a trillion asset manager, announced they have sold gold to buy Bitcoin. We have heard of people talk about this. We have heard of JP Morgan talk about how institutions are now favoring Bitcoin. But we haven't really seen a huge asset manager like Jeffries do it until today. They publicly announced, we have decided to sell gold, not all of it, but some of it to buy Bitcoin. And what do you think is going to happen after this? Every single other asset manager out there, or hedge fund, they're going to like, well, if they're doing it and they're going to make crazy returns on their Bitcoin buys, we better do it too, right? Especially since gold has not moved in the last 12 years. So this is what's happening, guys. This is not made up, right? All of the news that we heard back in 2017, 18, 19, 20, they're leading up to 2021. And everything that we thought would be, would come true is now happening, okay? And soon, you're gonna have other asset managers, funds, VCs, they're gonna say, yeah, we decided to buy Bitcoin, whether they sold gold or they just want to add to their balance sheet or reserve, whatever, it's coming. This is why Bitcoin is going higher. This is why every single metric out there in terms of reserves and wallets and holdings and profit and everything else is heading higher and looking better. Well, not the reserves. The reserves is dropping, but you get my point, right? Reserves is dropping because the buys are increasing. So things are just looking really good. Things are looking really, really good. Oh, that's smooth. You guys never tried Blue Label, go celebrate, go buy a bottle, and go have a drink. Have a drink. All right. So this is the big news that I think pumped up Bitcoin, and tomorrow we'll probably see more of this. Today, by the way, if you guys are in equities, you probably noticed that Riot and Mara shot up to the moon, Coinbase shot up to the moon, MicroStrategy shot up to the moon. Anything that has exposure, even Voyager shot up to the moon. Anything that has exposure right now, the Wall Street guys can't contain anymore, right? As Bitcoin gets higher, you can only suppress the stock price so much before there's just too much buying, and that's what's going on right now. MicroStrategy is a perfect example. It's a stock that really was not moving, stuck at the 600, 700 level for this whole year, despite the fact Bitcoin going higher and higher, right? Today, it had a huge 8 or 10% day, and everything else went up even more. So it's happening all over. It's happening all over, not in just crypto world, but even in the equities world. Avalanche of buying, the FOMO's buying is starting, or yes, it's starting. Of course, Plan B, just to remind you guys, Mr. Time Traveler, okay, predicted that August, September, October, right, these prices all came true. The big challenge is November at 98,000. We're looking like we're moving in the right direction, right? If Bitcoin breaks through 68,000, there's really no resistance after that. So 70,000 will be right around the corner. And who knows, after 70,000, FOMO hits in 75, 80, 90, 100, that could be right around the corner. And Plan B also tweeted that, hey, some people think that 60% jump from current levels too much, right? This was a few days ago when Bitcoin was still at 62,000, 63,000. But he wanted to remind us that a lot of periods during the last few bull runs, we've seen Bitcoin go up over 60%, right? So can it happen again? If we actually hits 98,000 by the close of November, we have to all declare Plan B. Either he's a real time traveler, or he's some kind of alien, or he's Satoshi himself. I mean, that would be too uncanny, right? Too great of a prediction, basically. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we come close. Maybe we do hit it. Maybe we even surpass it. Well, of course, here we go. TechDev laid it all out. 2013, 2017, 2021, right? 2013, 2017, we had the same kind of event happen. And 2021, we had the same event happen. And if we're going to follow the same fractal pattern and hit the same Fibonacci levels, this 2.272 mark puts Bitcoin right around $200,000. So I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited about that number. All right. So this is what we have to look forward to as more asset managers and hedge funds and family offices and public trade companies FOMO into Bitcoin. As more retail investors start FOMO into Bitcoin, we're going to see this follow the same pattern, head higher, and yeah, we could hit that 200,000 mark by the end of this year, which would be insane. If you think about it, to go from where we are, 67, 68 to 200,000. I mean, that itself is insane, but think about what would happen with the altcoins. Think about what would happen to Ethereum and Binance Coin and Cardano and Solana and Terra and Avalanche and VeChain and everything else. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, guys. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss any super chat today. I expect a ton of people feeling really good, drinking, asking questions. So I'm gonna take it a little easy tonight. Anyways, there's not that many news I want to cover. Did you see Matt Damon on Crypto.com commercial? Yes, I did. Eternals. I heard that movie sucks, so I did not go see it. Alex, you tell me if it sucked or not. The movie critics just killed it. It's the worst rated Marvel film ever, I think, in history. Steven, thank you for that. Crypto Revolt, big super chat, appreciate it. Francis Allen, congratulations. Yes, congrats. What else is there? Diego said something that's not appropriate, that's why it's hidden. Let's see. Alright, I got caught up here. Millie, that is true. That is true. And what do you think about Anchor? Possibly duplicates what Mana did recently? No, because they're not the same project at all. Anchor is not a metaverse play. It's not a gaming play. It's not an NFT play. It's a hosting play. It's nowhere near as sexy or as viral. So even though Anchor could do well, they're not going to follow Mana. Jeff, big super chat. I do appreciate it, man. Jeremy asked, what's up with Matic? Matic's Matic. It will hang steady until they move. The Nervos, you know, they recently came up with the God Vulcan Layer 2. Looks promising. Let's see what happens, what they could do with it. Can they attract dApps? That's the most important thing. All right, what else is very bullish? Well, New York's incoming mayor, Eric Adams, not only said he wants to create NYC token, you know, following Miami token, and really wants to open up the city to, you know, crypto and all things crypto. So all the bit license, all the restrictions and everything that comes with it, he wants to remove that. Not only that, he thinks that schools should add lessons or courses about crypto and blockchain. That is huge. And I'm going to throw in there probably programming, right? Because some people have emailed me saying, George, how do I get into programming? How do I develop dApps? And I really don't know. I don't know if schools out there actually teach that. Right? I'm sure you could self-teach yourself that, but as a curriculum, I don't know if it exists in colleges or not. But Mayor-elect Eric Adams wants to change that, and that's fantastic. That's fantastic, right? Oki, Oski, Bear, any thoughts on infrastructure bill? Don't worry about it. We're not going to see it until 2024, okay? And that's if it comes out as is, and there's still a lot of time to amend that, so do not worry. BlockFi and their new partner, Neuberger Berman, files for a spot Bitcoin ETF. They're one of many. There's rumors that one will be approved this week. I didn't think it would happen, but I mean, it's still early. Grayscale, of course, most likely they're going to get it because they have like $600 Bitcoin to hand ready, right? But many others are filing for a spot Bitcoin ETF, and if one gets approved, it's an avalanche of many right behind it. And it's going to be so much money into the space, and that's going to be fantastic. That's going to be fantastic. What else? I'm sure I didn't miss any of these. Finally caught my first show. Congratulations. Cadena consolidating. Yes, it does seem like when Bitcoin started pumping, Cadena kind of came down a little bit, but now it seems like it's stuck at 16 level, which is a good thing, because if they can hold at 16, that's, you know, keeping most of its gains from recently. Nervo, I talked about Nervos already. Mark. I answer you, Os. Always appreciate it. Handshake. I don't know what that is, Chief Man. I don't know what project that is. Dex Egas. I have no idea what that is either. Dean, thank you. I have 45K in crypto. Can I hit 150 at the end of this bull run? Maybe. It seems like you have a good setup, so that's like 3x. That could happen. Do you think there's a better yield than Terra USD on Anchor Protocol? Currently 19.95 for any stablecoin. That for a stablecoin, that's about as high as possible, unless you want to go into yield pools on AMM. Those pay a lot more, like hundreds of percents, but you know, a little bit more risky. But in terms of just like a lending, decentralized lending,
It almost happened.
play, I think that's about.
It almost fucking happened.
How much would Avalanche pump similar to Solana? Yeah, I would say
You're
they're
becoming
going the
more
same
of a
direction.
liability.
I just covered Avalanche yesterday, so if you didn't watch it, make sure you do so. I compared Avalanche to Solana. Each have their own advantages, but I think Avalanche is definitely promising, has more room to grow. Any thoughts on Sushi? I've been waiting for them to go parabolic. Well, better keep waiting. Sushi is not the type of coin that's going to go parabolic. It will go up, but now it will go parabolic. Okay, because it's the second biggest AMM. They'll never surpass Uniswap, in my opinion. So they'll go up, but they're not going to go parabolic. Between ADA and Matic, what would you choose? Right now, I like Matic better, but I think ADA could be pumping after the DEX comes out. I just covered Sushi Sunday Swap, and that's around the corner. When they release their DEX, that could be a catalyst for Cardano. Cassandra will be next Shiba. I don't know. What's next for Matic? I don't know. I mean, their ecosystem is robust already. So I don't know what else they're going to announce, but recently they've been onboarding a lot of MT projects, so that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Here's another, like, kind of like sneaky thing. Discord CEO just shared this. A lot of you guys are familiar with Discord. I use Discord.
Oh my
Many of you
god.
guys use Discord because projects use
It almost
Discord
happened
to
again.
talk about information, group chat.
She needs to
And he's
die
already
now.
just out, which means that he is going to integrate MetaMask and Wallet Connect, which connects to various wallets, but it looks like he wants to integrate Ethereum into Discord. Interesting, very interesting. And this is going to be exposing 140 million active users to.
It was fun while it lasted, little lady, but you gotta go.
So that's pretty positive. Also, PayPal announced that they will increase their crypto offerings because their Q3 was outstanding. The crypto revenue increased by 13%, and they plan on offering more crypto. That's very positive. That's very positive. And finally, I tweeted this out a poll earlier today, right? Asking you guys, what do you think Bitcoin is going to end up at by the end of tonight? Most of you guys voted 70,000, and that could still come. We're still a little bit below 68. Seems like 68 is trying to be, trying to hold Bitcoin down right now. But if we could pass 68, then we could shoot up to 69, 70 in no time. And still, the night is young. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right, now let's do some Q&A. Adrian, welcome, new member to the channel. Live Peer, Live Peer, I don't hear much about them, although they got added to Grayscale. They're on Coinbase, but I don't hear too much about them. They're on Hobby Ethereum, so I don't know how their platform handles it. I like Data better, and honestly, I like Veracity better because they're a much lower market cap and they have more upside, I believe. So I don't hear much about Live Peer. Man, my nose is itchy. Solana announced they were using a graph for indexing. I did talk about that this morning. Populous, no. Is it like an invoicing play? No. Are you concerned that Atom has remained stagnant the past 1.5, you know, why would I be concerned? Usually, the ones that are most stagnant are the ones that are ready to move, right? Renata being one of them. Adam, one of them. Matic, one of them. They're fantastic projects, right? But whenever one of these big caps, you know, becomes stagnant for too long, something's brewing, right? And just one big news or one big event will start trying it up. So I like it. I like it a lot. Tyson says, thinking about selling my ETH for ADA because I think ADA will outperform ETH in a few weeks. Could definitely happen, right? Like I said, we need that DEX out. Once it's out, that could really start pumping ADA in a big way. But I still recommend, you know what, you gotta be that diversified. You'll be fine. Just formed a new high, so nothing to worry about. Apparently Governor Zimbabwe is looking to make BTC legal tender. Yes, I saw that. That would be good. What's your price prediction for BNB? I think BNB, I don't know, BNB will go up. I would not be surprised if BNB ends up like 1,500. And I think that's a conservative number. I think BNB is like 2,000. I know for some of you guys think that's crazy, but I sat through BNB when they came out in 2017, and they were, you know, nobody. And then it pumped up to about $20 out of the blue. Now it's and then, you know, they pumped up now to $650. So they are definitely a powerhouse. They're not gonna go anywhere. Bounce, a small market cap in NFT space. I looked at it before. I can't tell you much about it. Sorry. Zibaldo, New George, welcome. Suku. Transparency, authenticity, solution for physical and digital world. I don't know what that means. Connect a conscious consumer, enable supply chain finance. Transparency technology to elevate the consumer experience. Decentralized finance for all supply chains. You know, I was gonna say, I read this whole thing and I still don't get what they're trying to do. Bring authenticity to digital and physical world or NFTs. This is basically a copy of VeChain. VeChain is doing all this here. So, I'd say just go with VeChain. Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs are on Terra Virtua. That's cool. That's cool. They opened it up, so that's pretty good. Is it normal that I get sucked so much into crypto I don't even want to go to work? That's pretty normal. I was like that in 2017. And if you make enough in crypto, you achieve that financial freedom, and then you don't have to go to work anymore. That's the best part, right? Just don't get too greedy. Right now, things are good, and I expect things will continue to be good, but there'll be volatility. There always is. There's up and downs, right? Don't be too greedy, but yeah, this is definitely the time to be earning as much as possible, to be buying, to be holding, because we're going to have some crazy months ahead of us. Thoughts on Flux? Probably not this one. This one. I saw this before. It's a decentralized cloud computing. Overall, I'm not attracted to any of them because I think it's too early for it. No companies go switch to it, you know, so it's too early. Polkadot or Avalanche for the rest of the bull run? I think they're both good. I'm starting to really believe in Avalanche, so I think they can go much higher, but Polkadot, after their parachain auctions, will go higher too. So it's a really hard call between the two. Thanks for keeping it real. You've been a big part of my portfolio's growth. It's become life-changing and will continue to grow the insight. I appreciate that. Thank you and congratulations. Congratulations. All right, guys. I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys. The super chats are coming in so fast that I can't even go through it. So I'm gonna go through these quick so I don't miss anyone. But I'm just gonna tell you guys right off the bat, okay? There are so many super chats, so I really do appreciate it. But it's like flying across my screen, so I don't think I can get it through everyone. Radex, I looked at this morning. I have to do more research. It is looking like it's pretty good, but I have to do more research. If you had 100K to throw into the last leg of the bull run and already have good balanced portfolio, what would you choose? Bitcoin. Easy. Bitcoin. Ultra. Decentralized gaming platform. I don't know if they actually opened up or not. I know they opened up supposedly their platform, but I don't know if they really did. But they can blow up because metaverse and gaming overall. So hopefully they can build upon what they have. Any thoughts on data? They keep joining up. Yes, and price seems to be trapped. I agree. I don't know what's keeping it suppressed right now, but I do think they will continue forward. They're just too big not to. DSLA, insurance play right there with insurance. No. Why didn't Solana pump? That's a good question. Or the better question is it getting ready to? If that is the case. Umbrella, isn't that that's a Oracle play? No. If you want Oracle play, just go with Chainlink. Like 90% of DeFi projects utilize Chainlink, so just go with Chainlink. Do you personally take profit by selling off a percent of each coin? Sometimes, but now I plan on doing it at levels. So once Bitcoin hits 70, 80, 90,000, I'm just going to start taking a little bit off the top, a little bit off the top of everything. So I don't have to worry about it. And that's because I just want to make sure I have cash on the side in case there's corrections, right? In case there's a blow off top or something like that. Hoj, I know it started out as a meme coin. I haven't looked into it. It probably has a good ecosystem. It's just, I'm not interested in it. The glitch is like kind of like a layer 2 for DeFi. I researched them early on. I have to get myself acquainted with them again, but they were in that DeFi space, really trying to scale DeFi through a very fast chain. And they have also come up with like a launch pad and an ecosystem too. Pundi seems like they're just kind of dead. It's not making any traction. All right, I don't. Let me just make sure. Did I cover everything? I think I did. Paul, welcome. New member. Yeah, no. That meme coin will be a ETH killer. What do you think about Link? Yes. I said, if you want an Oracle play, go with Chainlink. It's a blue chip. Everyone should hold some. I don't know what PBX is. I can't talk about it. VeChain is starting to come up. I think people are starting to pay attention to that new AMM. Well, at least they're opening up, you know, yield farming. So that could be a big thing for VeChain. So they are coming up, but they're really, in my opinion, really undervalued. VeChain should be a lot higher. They should be sitting like right where like Avalanche is, to be honest. Right? So that means it's double. If they were like around 12 or 13, around there, that's where I think they should be at. And right now, Bitcoin is still looking like it wants to push higher, 67.7. Let's go to the minute. Let's go to the minute chart and look at it. Could Crypto.com pump as much as FTX or BNB? Yes, they did. They pumped up huge today. Can they go higher? Yeah, they got all the marketing behind them right now, including Matt Damon. Vincent, just celebrate here. And that's all I ask. Who the heck is buying Litecoin? Imagine everyone dumped and buy Bitcoin. Yeah. But speaking of that, if you guys want all the coolest merchandise, anything you can think of, Bitcoin, even Litecoin, Tezos, Cardano, Sheep, Solana, VeChain. You want everything, men, women, sports gear, t-shirts, sweaters, anything, right? Check out Off the Blockchain store, and it's 20% off right now. There's only 3 days left. You can find this right on CryptosRUs.com, CryptosRUs.com, Off the Blockchain store. Check it out. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Man, I'm waiting for 68. Just made enough to put all 3 of my granddaughters through college by doing 100 DCA twice a month since June. They all said thanks. They should say more than that, James. They should give you a big hug and thank you forever. But I'm glad to hear that. DCA honestly works, right? This is why I preach DCA. Many people think, oh, George, you should time top or sell bottom and do this and that. No, you're not going to be able to do it. Just buy the good coins and DCA, and that's all you need to do, and you will make a substantial amount of money and hopefully one day financial freedom. Roy says, I have a doubt. Is it possible for whales to take BTC super high, drop it back down? Sure, but it gets harder and harder to do as BTC gets higher. As more and more people are buying BTC, you know, it makes the whales seem like tiny fish in the pond, right? You know, this number, okay, that's being bought by the institutions and companies and so forth keeps getting larger and larger and larger, and there's just not enough Bitcoin out there. The reserves keep dropping. So those volatility games, those whale games, they're going to continue, but they're going to become less effective more and more as time goes on, as Bitcoin gets bigger. So just keep that in mind. That does seem a healthy move up. Could be. I think in the top 20 for sure. It should be in the top 20, but it could, you know, go up in the top, yeah. No, I'm sorry. The top 10. It should be in the top 10, but I think it's going to land around here. Keeps going the way it is. Could go up substantially. What price do you think BTC will fall after this bull run? It really depends on how high it gets. If it goes to 250, maybe it could come down 70-75%. If it only goes to like 150, maybe it's more like a 50-60%. It really depends on how high we go. Should I be going harder in Moon River? I don't think so. I looked at Moon River. I was not that impressed with it. So pouring glass myself. Do so. Didn't you just get a 458 recently? You were looking at Cullinan. Do you have any thoughts on poker markets? Well, they're created by Zuru from BPro. Predictive markets. I'm not into predictive markets, so it's not my thing. What crypto would you DCA into right now? Want to put 100 week into something? Don't know what? Just stick with Bitcoin. Just stick with Bitcoin. If you're new, you don't know what to put in, you want to just set a schedule, go with Bitcoin. Because even by the end of this run, and it could be extended in 2022, Bitcoin could be at 200,000. And you're still doing a 4x from here, right? So why would you not want it? Metaverse token,
so
MTBRK, I don't know what token that is. I can tell you, 10,000 people here. Smash the like, subscribe to the
that's it
channel,
for me, my guy. I'm gonna be chilling out until I go to work.
Again,
Thanks for dropping by, chilling out.
Show my site, cryptosrust.com. All you guys should be subscribed.
We'll see if I can get
visit
that
daily, the most
Wi-Fi
up-to-date and current
at the
news.
hotel
Not only
later.
that, you
And
can
we'll get
check
some
out
Mario
all the
Party
latest
games.
merchandise right